Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dicey Adventures and our continued campaign in the Tales of Talerian. So, hello. Okay. so
We're a little rusty.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks, but we're all here. We're all ready to play. So, we'll go ahead and recap from last time. So, you had traveled after your stay in Himjor and meeting your new companion Callie and having your old companion Trin leave. You traveled southward, southeast, towards Grimstone Keep. After fighting some owlbears, you made your way into Grimstone Keep, where you were met by members of the Death Watchers, and who man Grimstone Keep. They are skilled rangers and rogues that keep the undead from entering and leaving the place. So, you made it there, and yeah, that's perfect. You made it there, and were introduced to Brunith Vogsel, the captain of the Death Watchers, and after a brief, somewhat tense exchange, you had food, drink, and while they were preparing for an attack against the undead that were currently near the walls. So you waited there, and were told not to intervene under any circumstance.
Just a suggestion.
While they did the raid, but you were invited to watch if you so chose. You went up and you saw an individual by the name of Vince get separated, and he, in an act of selflessness and disobedience, you engaged in combat against the undead, apparently making a lot of noise, and a lot of ruckus.
I thought it was just the shiny beacon, not necessarily the noise.
Well,
either way.
Yeah.
In our defense.
Quiet.
But anyways, drawing much attention to yourselves and to what you were doing. From there, you helped and saved the individual from perishing, and were quickly reprimanded by the guards, and they took you inside, questioned your motives, what you were doing, and as Sinjin came in with accompanying Vince spoke up and accepted the punishment on your behalf. He was banished from the keep, and you had your rest for the evening. And so it is currently evening. You have finished your rest. You wake up the next morning. And you are currently still in the bottom portion where the silent spell keeps any noise from leaving. So that's where you are currently.
But we're not in the middle of the silenced area, right?
No, you're not in the middle of the silenced area. But you're down below the area.
Do you think they brought our card in? Or do you think they left it out there because they're pissed at us?
Oh, I hope they didn't leave it out there.
I know, it's a lot of money, right?
I assume they're professionals and they will act as such.
Yeah, they did say we could still leave, so... Yeah.
It's probably still there.
They were really angry, though. I thought they were going to kill us or, chop off our hands or something like that.
Is that an option?
Is it not?
I hope not.
Oh.
But do they do that where you're from?
Sometimes.
Oh my.
It's terrible.
Suddenly I feel a little bit better about my upbringing.
You hear a slowly coming down the stairs, and you see Vince, the dark-skinned individual, slowly making his way down, and you can see he's got a sack over his arm, and he is he kind of looks at you, kind of just is one of those, and he goes over to a chest and begins emptying out, putting it in the bag.
Is he being escorted, or is he by himself?
No, he's by himself.
Hey, should we talk to him?
What are we going to do? Invite him to come along to his glory?
I mean, we can ask.
Sure.
I mean, you know him better.
I assume just let him be.
Sure. Hey, Vince.
Or not.
Good morning.
Hey,
See,
sucks that
puts a
you're.
couple books away into the
They
knapsack.
kick you out of here for surviving.
It's well, I don't think it's necessarily the surviving part that got me kicked out. It's the
Us. Yeah.
we all know what we sign up for. I think it's. I mean, well, I'm glad I'm still alive. I think in that moment I was expecting to die. So,
Yeah. So where are you heading now?
I was planning on heading back towards, I don't know, maybe Kromstog. And then after that, I don't really know. I know Kromstog's a little bit different than other regions. Some of the other regions have more in the way of actual guards. You could head north to Norkvard. They have a lot of combat with Goliath tribes up there. It'd be fun to kind of fight. It's kind of what I'm good at, but sneaking, but maybe do some reconnaissance for them. I don't know.
So no interest going south being our guide.
Well, do you need a guide?
I mean, we're super great at it, but none of us have actually been south. I mean, we've already gotten you in so much trouble. I don't want to impose. I just thought if you didn't have anywhere to go, we...
Make a persuasion check.
Alrighty.
Your 2 rolls tonight are ridiculous.
Natural 20 plus 10 for a 30.
It's the shirt. Yeah, you have to wear that shirt all
Hero
the
of
time.
heroes. Yeah, so he kind of considers it for a minute. Well,
You've got a cart.
Go ahead and put Vince on
I
here.
was actually going to mention that. Are you wanting to take the cart? That's going to make a ton of noise. And it gets a little bit narrow in some of the
See,
passes.
this is why we need you.
So are we not supposed to make any noise when we're there?
It's...
Because that's sort of
No,
a
it's-
problem.
Well, the quiet, it's been lifted. So the reason that when you guys initially showed up, we were kind of under a silence order because of all the undead that were near the wall. It's not normally like that. And so there was a group that had gone down, and apparently they had tried running away. We don't know what became of them. I think one of them may have been in that undead group. But they led a large number of undead as they were being chased out of there. And, well, when there's a large group of undead near the walls, we got to make sure that we're really quiet so they don't realize that we're there. They can smell us. They can have our scent, but they're not sure where it comes from. And so we've learned to mask the scent. And so you see him, he pulls out a little vial and he says this... and he opens it up and it's just a dark liquid. And he said this is what we use to cover our faces and stuff, but everything else is concealed underneath armor and whatnot. But this gives off and it kind of holds it up for you to smell. It smells like death. It's a very pungent smell, but it would mask. He said masks anything else that we would be giving off.
That's such a nice perfume.
Well,
Where did you get it?
we make it.
How?
Probably from the undead.
We
Like
use-
swish them into juice?
No. There's lots of flowers and herbs that we use that give off a certain decaying aroma, especially found in this area.
So we look for the stinky flowers. Make them
So,
a nice
if we leave the
bouquet.
cart, what about
I know
Kelly's
what it looks
horse?
like in
I mean,
real
horses can be a little loud
Woodflowers.
too.
Does
Flip-flopping,
smell like
but
the-
I
That's
don't-
going to be up to her whether she wants to take the horse.
I did a
I would
project
highly
on it.
recommend against it, but
And I named my.
We're not really
neighbor
allowed to come
college.
back here,
you're allowed to come back through the
Did I ever
wall.
tell you that?
are we?
Not staying, but yeah,
We need
it's
to DHA.
Like if
Pass
you're making a
through.
return trip, we can pass through.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you're allowed to come back. What was told is that if you come back and there's an undead horde following you,
They'll kill us.
Then
they will happily make you the bait,
That's
and they will essentially. He said, up on top they have a catapult. It's not meant to. It's essentially just a rancid meat is what they launch. And they launch it down a little bit further. They would, depending on the situation. I mean, it's it really just depends.
Awesome.
So,
Well, yeah, if you're up for it, we could use the guide.
yeah, I've got no problem doing it. I'm happy to do it. You guys saved my life, so.
Fantastic.
Well,
I introduced myself to him. Did you all introduce yourself to Vince? As
Well,
I
think
bring
we
him
were
back
being
over to the
arrested
group.
when he wasn't dead.
Hey, Vince has decided he wants to be our guide heading south. He's
If you'll have me.
Yeah,
that would be great.
it sounds like we might meet.
No objections here.
My name is Enid.
Pleasure to meet you.
I'm Ashlyn.
Me? That's Fury.
I'm Callie.
Her
she's
voice
got a
lot
horse
deeper.
somewhere, and I forgot his
No,
name.
I thought
Oh,
Vince-
I'm Callie.
Vince just got
Well,
really
close.
puffy.
He's lightning related.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess we should head out before we cause any more trouble here.
Well, do you guys have rations and?
I don't know.
Are we allowed to take any, or
I have
we
herbs.
just have what we have on us?
Don't bring any sweet-smelling meats or fresh meats. Dried meats are typically okay.
So bacon's good?
No, bacon's not a good choice. The grease and stuff is pretty pungent.
Got it.
I don't
Jerky.
think I have any food.
I don't have any written down. but
Breads
I
are
assume I
breads
have
and
some-
cheeses.
We stocked up in Himshore, but I didn't write it down. But how
Oh.
much would we have gotten?
Oh, Himshore, you got enough for 2 weeks of travel.
Oh,
Okay.
so we're still
Yeah.
We have.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've got some for a little while.
you do have some fresh meats, some salted meats that are a little bit more fresh. So you
Guys,
would not want to take those.
Let's have a meat breakfast.
That sounds really
I don't really want to
gross.
waste it, so let's just eat nothing but fresh meats for breakfast.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
All right, we're going to consume as much of the fresh
All
meats
right,
as
so
we can.
you have a very hearty breakfast, and it feels good.
Except
We
Ashland,
do.
apparently.
There's
Yeah.
a
I'll
way
eat
to
a
cook
little
them
bit
here,
because I
right?
don't want to die.
Yeah, we can cook them.
Didn't know if there was.
We're not just going to eat the raw meat unless you want to.
That's what I was wondering.
I'm gonna give some of the raw meat to Philo.
Okay.
Does he like that?
I really don't know if your
Yep.
spectral.
He eats it.
I don't know if it needs to eat.
Well, he seems to like it. Oh, he's fine.
Don't choke him.
He's fine. It's okay.
How long does
You
it
see him, he
take?
swallows that, and then he pukes up a pellet, like
See,
one of the
look what he
normal,
made.
one of the pellets
Look at
that.
the bones in it.
You get to clean that up.
That's so neat. Good job.
How long does it take you to resummon him?
I don't know.
A day.
Don't even.
Can't do it till tomorrow.
I will hurt you.
Looking at it hurts me.
He was very helpful in this last fight.
What did it do?
Well, I felt better when he was around. I'm not sure what he did. Actually, I do,
He
because I
saw.
have that spell, so I do know what he did.
Yeah, I helped.
Because I have that same spell.
He's a
Because the
good
last
ally.
battle
If
went
you hurt
so
him,
well.
I thought it
I'll
did.
hurt you.
I have to find a way to get the Wi-Fi down here a little bit stronger, because so it doesn't.
Just packing a hard bean breakfast. Don't expect to have any stealth advantage if you feel the rumble.
That's true. That's true.
Oh no.
Well,
I have to cast Pass Without a Trace.
it's going to be fun.
That's-
silence.
That's a new
Yeah,
that's a new
silence.
meaning to pass without a trace.
Should I prepare silence?
Pass gas without a trace.
That's actually called Stinking Cloud. Is the spell?
Oh yeah. Oh,
We don't have that.
no.
All right, so you guys.
Do you want to take Storm with you? Vince
So-
recommends against it, and he's coming. He agreed to be our guide. And you introduced yourself to him, and it was really sweet. But do you want to take Storm with you or not?
I'll rewatch this. I don't think that I should take him with me.
Yeah, it's totally up to you.
No,
Do
I
they
don't.
take care of him, or are they going to be like, oh, another mouth to feed? These people suck.
I assume we'll have to pay them.
There will be a fee, but you're told that Vince said, well, the people that have brought horses here, well, they leave them here, and you can pay upon return, because most people don't return, and we have a free horse. So
So they're going to use him in battle.
no, no,
I
we
better
will.
not.
We will not. If you don't return, and typically, if you don't return within a couple weeks' time, they usually give us a time of when they should be returning. 2 weeks is roughly longest we've seen anyone leave and then come back. But
Challenge
All right, so you may
Should
go
you
have to
give them-
settle up with them to pay for your horse to be here, but then we're good to go.
That's fine.
We ate
Yeah.
a bunch of meats for breakfast because
Yeah, you pay on
on
your return for however long it's been.
That's fine.
I think it's typically 10 silver a day.
Let's hope these zombies have lots of money on them.
I've heard there's treasure in this tower.
So 1 gold per day.
So Vince is going with us.
Yeah, he's going to be our guide.
Okay.
So, what about that stink face mask stuff? Is that
Yeah,
all we
we
got? Is
should
what
get
you got?
some of
And we're
that
on our own, or do you know
I
how to
mean,
make it on the road if we find the stuff?
I do know how to make it. If we find the materials, yeah, I can make us some. But I will say that they. We'll.
We've got a great truck.
We can't take it, but we can't take their stores.
Is there like a shortcut? Like, what if we just put actual guts on this?
Okay.
Just out of
No,
curiosity.
That might draw more attention to you.
Even if it's like undead guts?
The undead pretty much will smell the true scent underneath, if that's the case.
Okay, so just the flowers then.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the better way to go about it.
There's certain herbs and stuff. If we find them on the road, he'll help make some stuff that we can paint our faces with the cloak.
Yeah, he held it up to
smell.
you earlier. It just smells like death. Where
Yeah.
it's just.
So we're gonna keep a
Oh,
lookout.
so you loved it.
No.
You see him. He begins. Well,
I did not.
we're going to be going. Yeah. Well, let's
Let's head out
Be on our way.
with no cart, no horse again.
On the road. I gotta go.
Oh, I don't
Alright,
feel like I
so-
should bring him.
You guys make your way
Afraid
up,
I'll die.
pass through the silent spell, and make it up into the main area. There, you do see Bruneth, and you do hear a little bit more conversation now. Now that the undead mass that was outside of the walls has been eliminated, the silence or the no talking policy has been lifted. You hear casual conversation being had in this area.
Okay.
So, you see Bruneth. She sees you, and you see Vince. He goes up and mutters a couple words to her, and she kind of just gives him a look, and kind of one of those.
It's not her problem anymore.
And he comes back and she just says, "Well, I don't think it should be an issue. We're good to go."
All right.
Carry on.
You see Bruneth. She kind of just steps forward and just says, "You do remember the rules, don't you?"
Don't bring back zombies, or you can't ensure our safety, and may make sure we're not safe.
That is true. I'm glad you remembered that rule. So, well, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, let's head out.
So, you guys make your way to the wall, and you can see that a rope ladder is dropped down for you.
It would have been hard to get the horse down this rope ladder.
Just push them. Good luck.
Yeah, but there's no walkway. There's nothing. So basically on this side, it's just the long straight wall, and then the circular part of the keep that comes out. But you make your way down. You can see that the undead have already been cleared from the area, and you can. As you look back across the other side of the wall, you can see a large fire or large plumes of black smoke are on the opposite side of the wall. So they take the undead that are dead and burn them on the other side.
I feel like we should be able to smell that right now.
I can.
It's on the opposite side.
Everyone knows.
So, well, word of advice as we get going. If you see a undead, zombie, skeleton, whatever it is, and it doesn't appear to be moving, don't assume that it's not going to start.
Oh,
Good.
okay.
Okay?
Okay.
But otherwise, and you see him, he puts up his hood and takes out the stuff and kind of smears his face. And so he's already got dark skin, but he like covers it, and it kind of leaves just a black casing almost, and you immediately get the smell, and it's pungent of this. It's gross, but you see him. He does that and just says, "Well, let's go," and begins making his way. So, are you traveling stealthily Or
Yes.
okay, so you see him. He is kind of creeping along forward, going a little bit slowly. But you do see that the very initial beginning of this path has two pathways, and you see he begins taking the one on the left. So
he's our guide.
Yep.
Immediately leave
So-
him. Does he know we're wanting to go to the spire?
I told him
The
we're
Valley of the Walking Shower.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shadow. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you
I
guys.
say why, but that's cool.
Yeah.
He
So
didn't
you guys continue going. Go ahead and you guys go ahead and roll stealth checks for me. Are you guys doing anything else besides walking
Do you
slowly?
have the
I mean,
I do. I haven't cast it yet, but I have it.
Oh,
I can cast
This is like
it.
the first time I don't have
Cast what?
Cast
disadvantage.
without a trace.
that's true.
11.
Oh, cast it.
12.
Was that cocked or?
I don't know.
It looked a little bit cocked to me.
Okay.
Like it was resting on the one. It was a 1, wasn't it?
It wasn't much.
I know it looked cocked though.
16. Oh my god.
2 more ones.
17.
12.
Did you cast it? No. Okay. So
11.
16.
12.
17. 12.
Okay.
Above 10, guys. That's
Yeah, above 10.
okay.
I can still cast it. I'm just scared to use my spells.
You see him completely disappear. Pretty much.
helpful.
Yeah, but you every now and again you'll see his hand pop out of the side, like a distortion from the walls, and you see him kind of go like this.
You're still going the right way.
So you the landscape here is just large, jagged, rocky walls, and you are beginning to kind of navigate at a downward slope. So as you came to this place, it was an upward slope, and so you kind of figured that the mountain pass it kind of led up on the outside and then back down, and so that's why the Grimstone Keep was kind of created at the highest point. So you, it's the rock is a dark color, yeah, gray, black, dark gray. I mean, there's like a very, very ominous feeling, and the shadows here, kind of permeate everything. Like every crevice, every jagged landscape of the rock, and the shadow seems to just kind of linger longer. Like it just like it's more dark. It's whereas if you're sitting in the shade of a tree, you feel comfort. You feel like if you go in this shadow, it might consume you. Is what it feels like. The sky is a gray overcast, even though it's the middle of the day or the beginning of the day. And you can see sunlight, and you look off back towards you, and you can see that the sun has risen over the desert, the arid wastes, and you can see yellow light back there, but where you look, it's gray. This dim shadow. So, you continue on. Is there anything you wish to do? What's your marching order? Let's figure that out. So, Vince is in the front.
Yep.
I'll go next.
Okay.
I'll be after Enid.
If you guys want to put yourselves in a marching order.
Do you have a Vince?
Yeah.
I don't know where
I
we
see
are
mine
on
in the
this,
back.
but do you want us like on there or just in a row?
Just in a row, so I know. Kind of help with the idea of like perception, who can
So
make
do you?
perception checks, and
After me.
Where about you two?
I'll probably be in the back.
so are you doing anything about your bright yellow pants?
Well, I was thinking about that earlier when he was throwing the stuff on.
I'm very
I don't
bright
know what I
too.
can do about them. I cover them, they're not going to work, right?
No, well, I mean, the pants still work. It's just a matter of, I mean, if you take them off, they won't work.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could wear pants over top of them.
And they'll still work?
Yeah,
Super pants?
yeah,
All right, I'm going to put on my other pants over these pants.
okay.
To wear
So
extra warmth in the
you've
groin.
essentially got
Yeah.
form fit leggings. So you're a little warm, but
Yeah.
but you've got other pants and over top of
Or at
them.
least not like a beacon.
So I have my brown pants on now.
Still stands out.
Anyone have like a cloak or anything I can borrow?
That you can borrow.
My bright blue one, but I don't know if that helps.
I don't know if I
I
have
kind
a
of
cloak on.
stand out in
I
general.
mean, we
Here,
have some
I
clothes,
just
but I
I
don't
throw
think we
my
should
black
wear them.
cloak at you.
Yeah, our black
Yeah.
cloaks.
Oh yeah, should we wear these?
I don't know. I threw
Whenever
my
we
cloak
see
of
Vince
billowing.
next, we should
As a bonus
probably
action,
talk
you
to
can
him
make
about
it
these
billow
things.
dramatically.
Maybe when we can't.
Yeah, when we can't. Yeah.
Just
We
make
have
sure to
these
cover
black
your
cloaks.
head too.
I know, I'm
I
covering.
just don't
my
want to, get shot because we're wearing them.
Right. Where were they green on them?
Do I
They're
know
mostly
And like
these?
black
embroidery.
I might not know
on
about
just
these.
the outside.
Yeah.
First
So if
of
we
all,
were to wear them inside out, they'd just be black cloaks.
No, the trim, like the embroidered
Oh,
trim,
you know.
Okay.
regardless of which way you carry it. Like you could fold the
Okay,
embroidery
no.
under if you wanted to.
Do I know about these black cloaks yet?
I don't know.
I don't remember if you told me. Okay, no, I don't know about
I
it.
asked you about the people wearing them,
And I
but I
didn't.
don't think I told you we have a bunch of these. That that's not
Why do we have these?
okay.
It's like good thing you didn't badmouth us. Join on.
Yeah, I'm like, what is
Yeah,
this
if I ever
group?
see Vince again, I want to quietly ask him about them, but
Okay.
I don't want to yell out and be like, "Vince, I got a question."
You see, he's a good 30 feet ahead of you, kind of at all points, and you see him. He'll stop and then kind of wave you guys forward, and then you see him dart off a little bit.
All right, we'll wait till camp or something.
What's everybody's passive perception, real quick?
Not good.
1200.
I need to
11.
update mine.
I think mine was
14.
What is it?
It's 10 plus your perception score.
10.
So 14.
Perception score without.
So there's a spot for your passive perception.
I wrote it down. I just want to make sure I was
Oh.
right.
Yeah. Oh, so mine's 18.
Oh, nice.
You're the only one that sees well.
14. Let me fix it.
Okay, so as you guys are kind of going along, you as you're going, I'll let you make a perception check. Actually,
Okay.
Mm-hmm. 10.
10. Okay, yeah.
You also have your owl out. I don't know if that helps or not.
I mean, I could send it.
No, you don't really. Nothing sticks out to you at the moment.
I can have Philo check around because
So.
he's out.
This was just more of just kind of like a passing thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Okay, so you guys continue moving on. About 3 hours go by while you're traveling, and no sign of anything. Right around that time, you see Vince kind of put his hand out and stops you, and kind of slowly creeps back about 30 feet towards you guys, and he just says, "All right, there's 2 undead around the corner. We need to dispatch them quietly. So, who can do that with me?"
I can provide tactical support.
Quietly? Yeah, no, I can do that.
Is my bow quiet?
You see him. He reaches back and hands you 2 arrows with a special fletching and stuff, and hands them to you and just says, "Okay." So,
You two? Or do you want another one, or just you two?
whoever has the other.
do quiet very well.
I mean, I can go invisible and go around the corner. But I'm not as sneaky as probably you.
Well,
You two
we
try.
can kill him from far. So we'll take him out.
I can help.
Okay. So you two begin going forward. You get up to a corner and go ahead and make a perception check for me.
I'm new. 8.
8. The dark landscape's just not really
It's just terrible for me.
not really getting out. But you do see 2 undead that kind of are facing a wall, and you can kind of see them kind of just at the wall.
Scratching
patty
the
cake
wall.
Yeah.
with the wall.
Cool. So
And so you see that, and so you see him. He looks at you and just kind of. And you see him release. So okay, so go ahead and release.
Oh, God. Well, they're
What'd
easy
you roll?
to hit, though, probably.
3 plus 8. 11.
Wow.
Probably not that easy to hit.
I mean,
I was
they're
go-
like zombies,
Well, I was-
maybe, but I don't know what type they are.
I guess I was gonna cast slow before they got to attack, but
Oh, you didn't get
Don't
to
do spells like make a lot of
didn't
like
have a point to say it.
certain ones. do.
visual
Depends on the spell.
motion?
13 unfortunately doesn't hit on these, as you see 2 skeletal figures currently kind of clawing at the wall. So you
Literally
shoot.
all my
It
spells
doesn't
are
work.
not
Can I shoot
flash.
again?
Yeah, you can take a second shot. Okay, both of these hit.
Oh my gosh!
Natural.
Natural 1.
Oh no.
Pull the
Sad
wrong
night.
arrow out.
Okay. So as you do this, you're not used to the type of arrow, and
No,
also
I
just kind of the
got my
sight.
eyes
Just
closed.
and you release it, and it
I
hits
hope
the rock
I hit. I
and
hope I hit.
splinters. You see the one that he's shooting.
I'm sure they've got this under control. They're pros.
Okay,
It's really
you watch
quiet.
the one he shoots crumples into a pile.
Of course it
And
does.
the
Just
one,
like-
both arrows that you shoot, and he kind of looks at you like this, and you see him dart forward.
Can I try to shoot again?
He's gonna get up there, so
a
make a
regular
dexterity check for me.
Oh no, we're gonna shoot hands.
Oh my
God.
Get those out now.
Oh man.
It was so close to being
Just a
good.
dexterity check.
I don't know where that is. Oh, 7. This is
7.
so bad.
Ooh, he missed. He hits on that one, so this is just with the short sword now.
I'm gonna get Vince killed.
All right, so you see him. He
Saved him
runs
to
up
get him
and
killed.
he hits, and you watch. So this one will get a
At least no one
turn.
has anyone
Do
telling
I
us to be quiet
get a
anymore.
We're not up there. We're not even.
I went up with
Can I
them.
roll again?
Oh.
One last
Oh,
chance.
I didn't know that you went up.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was gonna cast slow before they even shot,
Oh, okay.
but I guess I'll cast it now
Okay. So you cast slow.
with subtly,
Okay.
and I don't know if I can give them disadvantage as well.
I think if they have to make a saving, I think it's just if they have to make a saving throw, right?
There's sometimes it's like you can only use one unless it explicitly says you can use two at the same
I
time.
can't believe how bad all my rolls were.
What were you? Oh, well. Oh yeah, because you yeah.
So bad.
I'm not sure.
Is that CC snoring?
Yeah, it's CC
That's
snoring.
so cute.
No, but he does not have advantage. I can't do both.
He doesn't
I
have
was like,
disadvantage.
that's
No.
What is it? Constitution saving throw.
This is amazing.
I actually do not
I'm
have
really excited about this battle.
that save.
It's going so well.
This is going stellar.
Is it just your spell save?
Like-
Dexterity. No,
Like all, I
wisdom
rolled above a
saving.
10.
Wisdom
Like
saving.
all,
Okay, so
all,
minus
all of my
dice.
9. So he does not save. So
No.
the skeletal figure slows down its motion, so it misses its attack against him. So you have 2 shots that you can take as you watch as the skeleton
And these are
goes
out.
down.
2 shots.
2 shots at the same time?
Sure.
Christmas only failed you once. But now
Well.
it's been good.
Well, now it'll hit because the AC is -2.
21
Okay. Go ahead and make a.
and 11.
Take
go
11
ahead
still
and roll
hits
for
now.
damage.
Does 11 hit?
I think so.
Nice.
Does 11? Does 11?
11, yeah, fully destroys the skeletal
And does-
figure.
oh, okay. So I don't
And
need to do anything else.
you as you release it, you hear the hitting against the kind of echoing through the rocks
Oh,
as
good.
it breaks on the skeletal figure, and
Oh, because my arrows weren't
as your
special?
arrows, they kind of whistle a little bit as they go
So
through,
you missed with
hitting the
2 good
rocks.
ones.
It's kind of strange. The
I'm going to
like,
get us all killed.
sounds really loud, like for the echoing
Don't
and stuff.
worry.
It's
I
strange.
will.
Now the Balrog's coming.
You
Oh, no.
hear maybe about
Oh, no.
90 or so feet away.
Oh,
We all hear that?
You all begin to hear that.
oh, no.
Uh,
Sing a song.
Seem like a
I need
good
everybody to go and
sound.
roll initiative.
I'm really
Quick.
sorry, guys.
Yes.
Boy.
This changed.
This changed.
Because I rolled freaking terrible. I got 20.
Alright.
That's good. I'll go first and get us killed more.
4.
Enid?
I need new dice.
Sorry. 12.
Ashley?
9.
Vince?
Literally.
Vince,
It was bound to happen.
So bad.
that was 10.
Either none of us can be quiet.
15.
No, it's just gonna be
Are the baddies all going at once or do I
just
need
gonna
2
basically
different
walk him
flags?
through with like a symbol. We're here.
Yeah, hello. Let me just wake everyone
I
up.
hope they're all in a really big group, really far away for a little while.
Call them all to me.
Alright, I'll sing a song.
Can we just make
Sing
a sound?
Thriller, make them dance.
Can we just make a sound
Uh,
somewhere else and then
12.
They just go there.
And
Yeah, like guiding
Two
bolt
different
is
types?
120
Two different
feet.
types.
What is?
Isn't guiding bolt like 120
12,
feet?
8.
I'll
I don't
just
know
do
if that
it.
makes a sound though. It
10.
makes-
No, it's just light.
Yeah.
I'll just shoot it off.
12 is the Bodak.
Bodak.
That's a special sounding thing.
And Skeleton.
Sounds like Bojack from Dragon Ball Z.
2 13s and 2
Bojack
11s.
horseman.
Alright. So you hear this sick sound coming out from kind of wailing through the cavern, the high rocks to the sides. The cliff faces. I was like, I don't know what to call it.
Those things.
Okay. Yeah.
Side of
The
the cliff.
walls. Alright. So
Should I do eyes of the grave? Are they near us?
All right, this is what we're looking at.
okay. So Callie and Vince, you hear that sound. You do not see anything currently.
Of course not. Yeah, open another bag.
So,
I think
what are you
it's
doing?
been Open for a while.
Where are we on this?
You're not actually on that.
Okay. Still know for.
So we'll put this one out. Alright. So go ahead and put yourselves you guys
Where's these two that were out?
so those two and then Fury is there with them.
Over here?
Yeah. We'll put you guys right there.
And where are off of it?
Yeah, you guys are about he walked back 30 feet, so you guys are 30 feet
About
off.
30 feet
I
behind.
get
the
to
wall.
move them.
You do.
Yay!
This is the
Okay.
first time this
So,
campaign.
Callie, you
Yeah.
hear the sound. What are you doing?
I'm looking for it. See if I can see something to shoot at. Could I kind of.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
16.
You do not see it.
Okay, can I, like, very carefully walk up a little tiny?
You may. So if you're walking carefully,
Where would
your
I have
movement,
heard
your
the
movement
sound
is half
from?
speed.
Like.
It
Echoed
echoed.
everywhere.
Oh, okay, okay.
everywhere.
So there's no direction. I'm
So
directionless.
you're half speed if you're walking carefully to be stealthy.
So my speed is 35.
Okay.
So
17.
15.
So 15
0.5.
feet. Yeah.
Okay, so it's here. So 5, 10, 15.
Okay.
Trying to like see
Are
around that
you
thing.
trying to hide?
Well, yeah.
Okay, so that can be an action. So roll a
Okay.
stealth check.
17.
Okay, so you kind of try to scoot back and kind of let the rocks kind of be on the sides. Okay. Next up is Vince. He is going to run off to the side. And he is going to take the hide action as well and kind of prepare. So if you want to move him just over to that wall right there.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's kind of staying right there. Enid.
I'm going to reach out and sense if there are any undead within 60 feet.
Within 60 feet? No, you actually do not sense anything currently within 60 feet of where you're at.
Seems like we're safe.
So we'll just stay here.
There must be none.
Okay.
Does it last?
Is that chain of
Is it like a
divinity?
one
Or is that
time?
that?
I just
Oh,
have
see, great.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, does that last like for a duration or is it?
I think it's just
Until the end of my next.
I don't know if like you cast it and then you moved forward.
Okay,
if
so
it
something
would...
Yeah.
gets
Are you
within
moving
60
it? Are you
feet.
moving it at all? Or are you staying like 30 feet back from where you can you look up around and you can see that he has moved off and you saw Kelly
I guess,
shift off to the
yeah,
side.
I guess I could go up a little bit more towards where they are. And
Okay,
see
so
if
you've
I
got
see-
30 feet of movement, so you can get right up next to Fury if you wanted
Yeah,
to.
I'll get up next to Fury.
Okay.
And see,
And do-
within this whole turn, if anyone moves within 60, you'll be able to sense them.
Yes.
Okay.
And then can I also bring out my tombstone?
Yeah. So do that.
Just imagine like I'm bashing through the wall.
This
It's like,
frog-
That's what I
and
pictured.
you
This
sense
frog will
it.
be your
We all
tombstone.
sense it at this
Aw.
point.
Mm-hmm.
He's gray.
This is probably a
Is
good
he
time to
quiet?
find an actual tombstone. Yeah, probably. Oh yeah, how
Make a perception for me, Callie.
13.
15,
13.
13. Okay, so you don't see it.
But
Right.
it was 15.
So you feel a very strong undead presence
Boy.
right at the end of your sensor, like just barely creeping up on the cusp, and you just feel it arrive. You're not sure where it is. you can sense it's in that direction, but you
Actually, it says.
you know exactly.
You
where
know
it is.
exactly
It
where
says
it is.
I know exactly where it is. If it is not behind total cover,
It is
isn't.
behind total cover.
Oh, okay.
So you know it's
So
back
then
there.
I know it's
You,
back
you
there.
like it's no. I'm just saying you feel like you just
Yeah.
kind of feel this boom, like oh crap.
Okay.
So you feel that. Hold on.
I haven't really
It's the
looked
only
at the
one I'm
stats of a Bodak, but I feel like they're pretty tricky to take down at our level.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Cool.
Oh,
Nice.
24.
Your dice
Okay.
are really dramatic.
They're very.
Yeah.
They're like,
Just like
18. Okay.
Let's see.
Dice.
I just assume every encounter from now on is deadly until we die.
we have to be very smart.
know.
Deadly until we die.
I don't know. We went against
Okay.
the owlbears. That was a deadly one.
Yeah.
Just hates
Theoretically,
one
that zombie horde was probably deadly if we tried to fight it.
If we had tried to, yeah.
He's back.
You
Matthew, come on, Bob.
get to bed. Okay. Well, thought it was that.
I think Matthew's rubbing off on her. It's Landon's fault.
I told you to
Kids.
come out here.
They're fun.
Aw, there.
Mhm. Okay, well, I love the fact that it's her that I'm attacking, so I can't really continue on because it's
Maybe do we take a short break now? It's a little early, but
let's go.
we
No.
just started. I think.
no, we just started. Yeah, it's not
It's
been as long
okay.
as I thought it had been.
We can just stare at
What
our
happened?
impending doom.
Laura's putting Matthew back down.
Again?
Did you not?
Ooh, no.
He like
had
walked
to-
right past
You
him.
walked right past him.
I think he was
I
in the
was in the
bathroom.
bathroom.
No, like it was like 2 seconds after you went around the corner. He came around the corner.
He may have been hiding behind the chair or something.
Oh, maybe.
Was it a mission?
Ghost is coming.
Did the Bodak kill somebody?
No, it's attacking
about to.
Laura.
Okay.
I'll figure out
We're
the
gonna see
damage.
how screwed we are.
Did it hit?
It did.
She has her shield.
Well, it's half damage, so she succeeded.
Thinking about my next character being a monk. Possibly.
Yeah.
24, so she takes 12 points of damage
Okay.
as she sees these two spots of darkness that just seem to get darker and darker from behind the rock, and two like gray limbs that curl off to the side, and then they slowly sink back in, and she just feels this.
It's terrifying.
Yeah. After that,
But not enough for me to
This
run.
is good for October.
yeah, you guys are in the perfect place. Yeah.
Are we?
All right, yeah, it seems like a horrible decision, but I like it.
It's going to be great, guys.
4 skeletal figures begin approaching, fully sprinting forward, kind of clacking. You saw 2 orbs of black energy come from behind, and 2 gray limbs kind of just slowly sink back in from behind the rock.
That's what you said. It was great.
It was
Yeah.
great.
Sounds awesome.
It was great.
Great.
It was great. Great.
Okay.
Okay. Next up is Ashlyn.
Alright, I'm gonna
You
move.
are still quite a ways away, but yeah.
I can get up next
Yep.
to Enid, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Or
30 feet.
if I get up next to Enid, my vision's blocked from.
Yes.
But if I go up behind them, here-ish, can I see?
There's a rock in front of you.
But where does the rock really like?
Yeah, well, the rock juts out, and there's that large boulder is about 15 feet tall, so it kind of blocks off the. Currently, the only one that's able to see anything would be both Vince and Callie, since they have a line of sight.
And this was 30 feet of movement to get here.
Mhm. Yeah, because technically Enid can only start seeing the edge of that skeleton
Oh, my speed's
that
30.
just popped up. Fury can't see anything currently.
Wait.
Because that rock juts out too far. So you just need to get around that first little.
I assume she's kind of relaying the message of
Yeah.
how many are coming within her
Okay.
since
Well, I can't do anything then if I can't. see
more.
More.
That's all I
You actually don't sense any of those.
Oh, I know the
Those
skeletons.
are too far.
Okay, so I just sense
Mhm.
the
You just sense the one.
the one thing. Okay, sorry.
The
The
one.
one is here.
All right.
Since what?
Yeah.
Since
Oh, that
you are
creeps me out, and I just did it.
Well, I'm gonna go up and see.
Oh, she's.
what's-
I don't think she's done yet. I was just saying you're next.
Yeah, I'm dead.
I'm pretty sure I'm done.
You can use an action to dash if you'd like to go to a different spot.
No.
We could be a bear.
I'm gonna use Philo to cast flame arrows on her.
Okay. So Philo.
Yeah.
So if you want to move Philo up,
Lands on
we'll say
your-
Philo.
Yeah.
We'll say Philo was on your shoulder, and then he decided to. He's moving
Flame
now as part of it. And
You have that
so
extra damage.
you see Philo kind of land back on your quiver, and you can
An
feel
extra
you can feel
1d6
magical
per arrow.
Yeah,
So every hit.
as magic encompasses your quiver of arrows. Okay,
Nice.
Sinjin, your turn.
Well, I'm gonna go up and join the crew because I don't even know what's happening.
Do.
Hey guys,
And
what's
he's
going
dead.
on? We just hanging out, or
There's something ahead.
Undead.
fantastic?
But nobody can see it.
Well, I'm going to inspire Fury by saying, Fury, remember, friendship is like peeing on yourself. Everyone can see it. Only you can feel the warmth. And then I'm going to use my action to dash and just get in front of Enid.
I don't think I feel inspired.
But you are, strangely.
You're like uninspired.
Minus
Reluctantly
the bane
inspired.
on you.
What just happened?
I was inspiring him quietly without song.
Yeah, you can barely start. You can see the very edge of a skeletal figure.
Guys, there's
up
skeletons up here.
I know.
Crap.
there.
Actually, I don't
Fury.
know.
You are now blocked in as you see him step in front of you.
I think
You
I'm
can see
going
over
to try to just get out of here.
Excuse me.
We're
Sorry.
small,
Excuse
you
me.
can
Excuse
wiggle
me.
around.
Then I'm going to. I'm moving stealthily, so that's probably
So that's 5, 10,
So you got one more.
15. Or are
here.
you moving stealthily?
Yeah.
Okay, right there you can see a skeletal figure like just now, like kind of.
Okay. And I need to.
But you just see the one.
That's an inspiration down right there.
So technically, I do not have to see the creatures for me to cast slow on the other ones.
That's true.
It's
you
just-
center it somewhere, and if they happen to
Yeah,
be
so
in
I'm just gonna cast slow on the one I see, and it's a 40-foot cube.
Okay.
Does that?
that'll get all of them.
Well, but which one do I see?
You
This,
see that one.
Then I'm would be centering it on him.
Okay.
So that would still get.
Yeah, so it gets them all. Okay. So they all have to make the save.
wisdom. It can't be very wisdomy.
But I am doing this subtly yet again.
Wisdom is
Okay. That one is an 18 to save.
That makes it
That is a 2.
close. Almost does.
That one is a 17
That does.
and a 10.
Ooh, we have markers. Which ones are done? Which ones are slow?
Which one? Oh yeah, that's right. We have markers.
I assume Bojack isn't.
Bojack is not.
BoJack Horseman.
I assume he's very wise for some reason.
Because it's
Is that
creepy.
really not one of them?
Creepy makes you wise.
Oh no.
Oh, we could just use one that we're not going to
Yeah,
use.
that's true.
He's frightened for now.
There we go. Yeah, they're so frightened. They're slow.
So this one failed. This one failed.
Those are slowed.
Those two are slowed. Okay. Alrighty, so you have Callie, your turn.
So I wouldn't necessarily know that any of that happened, right? Or can you tell that? Is that in like a visual effect?
Did you pick up those other arrows?
Probably not. They were probably over here.
I don't know where they would have been.
I don't know.
The ones I missed with.
Oh, no, you didn't pick those up, no.
Oh, okay, well, I'm going to try to hit the one I can see. That one over there.
You can see all those. Yeah.
I can't see that one.
Yeah, you just can't see the one. No.
Okay, well, I'll just start on the left and work my way.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, but he's slow.
But
Ten.
it,
10 just misses.
Do I have 2 shots?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just rolling,
Yeah.
but I was like, wait,
That
I
will
don't know.
definitely hit.
Yep.
Yeah, 17 plus
Yeah,
8.
You
that
get
hits.
an extra d6
Yep.
of fire damage.
I should have rolled those separately to know which one was. Because I don't add 5 to both of those.
Just
Doesn't
add
matter.
5 to 1.
Just
So you
add
did
So
15
points
damage.
so that's enough.
That's true.
That takes
It only would
right.
matter if
It wouldn't matter if it was like a certain type of damage that mattered. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I would let you know.
most
which
of the times
one's
for some
which.
reason it seems like
15.
it does matter.
Yeah, sometimes it does. That's why I was like, oh,
Yeah.
whoops. Shouldn't have done that. But
Well, yeah, like, for instance, if you were doing a certain kind of damage, it would be way more effective to this creature. But,
well, I can only do the damage I can do.
yeah,
So
I know. Okay.
I don't think anyone can do that damage. So I'm thinking of the.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna go up and punch the skeletons,
I'm going to.
Whack! Double damage.
which would do
Vince.
as much as your normal sword.
it does double damage if you punch him.
Bludgeoning.
Like if I go hit him with my saber.
Yeah.
No.
Well, that's
Saber
slashing.
slash.
With the hilt of your saber.
Oh,
Basically,
my saber
if
is
you had a
slashing.
great axe.
My saber slashing, even though I
Not a
picture it
great
as a
axe.
blunt.
Like hammer.
No, yeah,
Thing.
like a war pick
Bludgeoning
would be a
is-
bludgeoning. That's what I was saying you could have.
Yeah,
But you
I
said
can
you
do
wanted to have like a
bludgeoning.
sword.
No, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a
The-
thin sword.
Picture like a
Saber slashes.
lightsaber. Really, you know, like.
Hammer.
That's a long slashing weapon. It's like a rapier, but it's
What am I
slashing.
thinking
Yeah,
of right
it's
now?
fine.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Give me a
that
moment.
is... D10. No, not D10s, D8s.
We don't have a monk here, which will be the one that's gonna go up and punch. So.
Or anyone with Warhammer.
We don't have that either.
We'll get a monk if someone goes down.
Yeah.
Why do all
Well,
the
Trin
archers?
had a
this one.
warhammer.
Why do all the archers have orange hair?
Nice.
It goes down too.
Oh, I
All
don't
right.
know.
I could just spell down.
Okay. So that one
Why
goes
does this
down.
look like Emma
Must
Watson?
be a ginger thing.
Enid, your turn.
Enid.
I mean, I sense something. But I can't see anything.
I sense something is here.
Uh,
Cannot see it.
How far is your radius of destroy undead?
oh, that's not. I'm gonna have to look that up in the book. That's not. I forget about. There's so many things I can do. But
Do you organize all like this for me?
Mm-hmm. But I didn't know which places you wanted them, so.
No, this is
I
good.
think it might. Oh, I think I did write it. I think it's just 30 feet. Yeah, 30 feet. Everything I want to do is 30 feet. I don't want to get that close.
Come closer.
Or do you have a
Right,
cantrip?
right. Yeah. Let's toll the dead.
What?
But so it won't do anything.
No, I don't know actually.
But I don't know what its radius is.
100. Everything I just assumed is 120
I would.
or 60.
It might be far. Oh, it's 60. Okay, so I could do tall and dead.
Oh, in this guy?
Yeah.
But
Well,
you-
I'm gonna
you
have to
have to
move a little bit, yeah, so I can
Move there.
see. Yeah.
Now you can do it on this guy.
Okay, I'm gonna do tall and dead.
Told the undead. Okay. Must
You
have
say
been
it's
told
60
the dead.
feet?
Oh, wait, no.
You say it's
no.
60?
No.
No,
Makes a very loud sound.
I mean they already know
It's
where.
like a loud sound. It's a little.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
I do not want to do that. I don't know. I mean, guys,
We would get like all of them on
I
us.
assume this is gonna.
Maybe just kill them all at once.
We're in a ravine. No one's going to see any guiding bolt. Right.
But
okay.
at the same time, if you make a loud enough noise,
Oh my God.
you don't know where it's coming from. So obviously, zombies shouldn't be able to find us if we couldn't locate them.
Maybe I'll just get out my spirit guardians.
Okay.
Those are bright as well, aren't they?
Are they?
Depends on what you. They don't
Oh,
have to
mine
be.
were bright.
Yeah.
Mine were
Just
radiant.
Get
so
them
they-
out to be.
They're radiant, but it can depend on what.
It's not so much.
Hers
a
is
So maybe-
black radiant light.
Okay, so I'll get
If it
those
could be
out,
necrotic.
and I'll
There you go.
send. Wait, what's sacred flint? Oh, that's sacred.
Every time I say necrotic, I hear the word erotic.
I'll get those out, and then I'll send
It's
my
erotic
tombstone
damage.
as
20
far
feet.
as
Go
I
ahead,
can.
go ahead and move 20 feet,
Oh,
so
that's
you can
right.
move it 20 feet.
That's Singe's
I moved
type
over
spell.
here.
Frog is
Well,
going
no,
to
you're
attack.
2d10 erotic
did you just do
damage.
diagonally? Oh, well,
Because I moved over by, so I
Yeah,
can see.
Charm person.
Is that-
so that's 20 feet diagonal. Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
And then
quiet.
my spirit guardians. I can't.
Mm.
Okay.
Just
I have
in
no
preparations. Yes, I'm quiet spells, but if I don't do anything.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm just here for when someone.
I have either quiet spells that are
That's
really
usually
bright
the
or
cleric's
loud
best.
spells that
So
are
that's why I want to
loud and very visible.
Best.
I mean, you could either
Stay close to
die
someone.
quietly or live
Get
loudly.
out of the fight.
It's beautiful advice.
Do you get my inspiration?
Uh-oh, something's happening.
He
Oh,
goes
dear.
right over the rocks.
He's climbing. You see
Nightmare.
this
Like-
creature. This creature up here.
Oh.
Wearing the sickly cloak, the green cloak, kind of crawling forward,
Ugh.
jumps up on top of this rock, and just kind of goes and just stares at you and releases this howl
At me?
at all of you,
Oh.
and does so.
I was like, oh,
That was its action
My
to
red
get
hair,
that
right?
far.
orange hair.
So
I assume it's just if we can see it, we would have to make a
now,
no.
this one.
He's got really paranoid, just like his
10,
rules.
15, 20.
So many things. If you even see it, you have to make a save to be frightened.
Ash, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Imagine you're immune to this now because you already succeeded. Imagine if you succeed.
18.
18. Okay.
Okay.
I hope so.
All right. As you look at this creature, you look up towards its eyes and you just feel this strange necrotic pulse through your body. And it like surges and terrifies you for a brief moment. And like you feel it almost like sucking your life force towards it.
It's a dementor.
And then it goes away.
I need chocolate.
You resist the feeling of it. Then, okay.
Still feel like
Since
Be happy
it's your-
again.
that was
I
the
still
start of
feel
your turn,
like
so
it's
it's your turn.
special
Okay.
chocolate.
So I can see it sitting there, being all creepy.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try to cast Moonbeam on it.
Okay.
So Constitution save.
Okay.
How high is that rock that he's on?
That's 15 feet.
How high is the pedestal he's trying to
Oh.
preach on?
Pretty high.
You said Constitution saving throw?
Yep.
That's a 16.
My thing is 16.
It's half damage, right?
Yeah. I want to do full damage.
I always want to do double damage. So.
I just want to do a one-hit kill.
Yeah, I
Well,
really like
there's
that
no way
actually.
I'm gonna just cast power word kill on
I
it.
never get the right dice out.
What's the different name?
Here.
Oh, that's your actual.
Thank you,
it's
Moonbeam
an
expert. Oh my god. Okay, well, 11. So
5.
Okay.
Highest or the lowest?
But it's radiant damage, right?
yeah. Which means diddly squat.
It does.
Probably at least.
That is true.
Probably means at
Imagine
least.
he doesn't
I'd like
have
you to
resistance
say that
to it.
in Ashland's way.
That's one of the things he does have resistance.
Yeah,
Okay.
I figure he
Yeah.
does it to a lot, but not that.
St. John, at the start of
How
your
do I say-
turn, I need you to make a Constitution saving
I don't know.
throw. As you look up
You have to
and
like
see
just
the
say it
eyes
in
of this thing.
sentence.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I'll have to try later.
We're gonna die.
18.
Yeah, you succeed.
Woo, woo.
I'm not scared of you.
I am.
I'm a hero of heroes. Soon to be Bodex Slayer.
We might feel the truth in your peeing yourself advice here soon.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. I don't have anything quiet either. Does that matter anymore?
Yes.
Does it?
Yeah,
I
it
don't-
does.
We,
we don't want an
we have a
army.
giant shining beacon on this guy now. I don't think it matters. Everything knows we're
It's
here.
true. It's in a moonbeam.
Yep.
Oh my
Welcome.
gosh. We're all gonna
I literally have no spells that are not flashy.
Yes, but we would also die if
Fantastic.
we
No
just
problem.
Oh god.
stood here and took it.
I'm going to look up
It's
at
either
him
lightning,
and
moonbeam,
thunder
fire.
wave up and try to blast him off the
Okay.
rock.
All right, so that's a
Constitution.
We're all gonna die.
Yeah. It's
Why
gonna
didn't you
be-
take the hut? You just hide in there.
it's 15 feet, so he's just on the cusp.
Yep.
That's why I walked all the way up
Okay,
there.
yeah. Okay. He fails.
Yes. Oh, I
So
didn't
he gets
say, I
shoved.
didn't
10,
say I
he
did
gets
it.
shoved 10 feet in the air and comes back down. So
It's going to take a little
up
bit
to
of
the
bludgeoning.
So he takes 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
And gets.
Oh,
And 2 points of
Oh.
thunder damage.
Literally just gonna
Well,
squirt
you
my
got your
mouth.
two
Does he
natural
fall
20s
prone or does he
early.
land?
Well, he was like, because like you essentially were looking up and so he gets shoved 10 feet and he took 5 points of falling damage. So
That did more damage
Yeah, I
than
know.
the thunder wave. And then
Oh, he actually is resistant to that.
I think thunder.
No.
The,
Falling.
My
the
two
falling
is not.
damage.
the bludgeoning.
The bludgeoning. All right.
Do I want to
There's just-
inspire
there's
anyone now
one.
that we're kind of loud anyway?
Sure.
Just kind of- I'll inspire Callie by saying she's super califragilisticexpialidocious. Even though she's beautiful, she always fights ferocious. If you drink a ton of booze, you will get cirrhosis. Super califragilisticexpialidocious.
Nice.
And
was
you're
beautiful.
inspired.
Is it a D8 now?
It's a
Or is-
D8
It's a
now.
D8
That
now.
should be worth
Nice.
like a D20.
All right, this skeleton is actually right up next to Callie, that one, because it dashed to get there. That
Oh,
was
man,
it.
that was-
Good thing you're inspired.
That was
Fury.
so great.
Start of your turn. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
And 24.
Jeez Louise, guys, come on, someone fail.
With
No,
the
no.
leader, no
We
one's
refuse.
scared.
Then
Oh, you take 5 points of damage, and
Just because?
Ash, no, and you take 5 points of damage. As just being in the presence of this thing, like after your turn, just
You will take 5 on your turn, I imagine.
No, I will.
I'm going to
You already did.
I refuse
cast
to write it down.
Death's Despair on it.
okay.
Let the ghostly orb.
It took more than 5.
I imagine it just kind of slowly just travels over to it, then enters its body, then it just kind of messes with it.
Audit that.
Natural,
yeah.
natural 20.
Natural 20, nice. Okay, so it has to make a.
Cute.
Is it a Constitution save, right?
Yeah, can I use my inspiration and subtract it from his roll?
No, you can't use it that way.
Ah,
Unfortunately.
too
That's a
bad.
natural 20.
You do what you want on natural 20.
Exactly.
Fear does
That's
what
a
you want.
14.
No.
No.
So he's deafened and blinded.
Okay.
Nice.
Fantastic.
And
Oh, 3 fours!
Wow.
24 damage.
Okay,
Nice.
so it's 12.
12.
Feel the fury of fury.
Hey,
I
that's
just
like
rolled 4
that's like the
perfect rolls.
perfect-
That was good. Nice.
Yeah,
So,
natural 20 in the highest you can.
As this
Yeah.
orb of death flying towards a creature of death still somehow does some semblance of damage as it kind of. Yeah.
Since he's blinded now, does Fury not have to take the 5 points of damage?
No, that's not a thing.
Just trying to help you out.
Must just smell
It-
really bad.
It will not be able to use one of its attacks now, though,
That's nice.
this turn. So,
Okay, so
but-
now we just gotta kill it.
yeah.
And then I'm going to
We
move
do have
over
markers for
behind
those
you.
blinded and deafened, I think.
Okay. Okay, you still take 5 points of damage.
I assume
Yeah,
so.
Okay.
Didn't he fall down the
All right.
rock? Get back up.
He's still on.
Callie, at the start of your turn, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I imagined he was off the rock.
Ooh.
Oh man.
You do have
You're welcome.
You have inspiration.
It's not gonna help
it doesn't
on
fix a natural one. Does it?
You fall down.
Does it fix a
unconscious.
natural one?
No.
Yeah, that's cool.
You fall down unconscious on the ground with 0 HP.
Dear God.
Oh no, and there's a skeleton over you. Character creation.
It's okay, guys. Character number 3 is coming.
I mean, if
Callie
anything
2.0.
can do that to you,
Yeah.
it's basically, yeah, character creation.
Wonderful.
You're not.
Dang it, I had a really good
What
turn planned
does
out.
Is she in
that?
death saves or is she
Can
stable
I-
at 0?
Can I?
You're in death saving throws.
So can I use my thingy?
That's on your turn. You can use something to.
Prevent the critical damage.
Which is before the bad guys.
That's
so you're
good.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
No pressure, but
Vince.
I'm about ready to die.
You can just cure and get it.
Okay.
Oh, and
Jeez,
she'll
Louise,
cure you with
rolling
max
phenomenal
curing.
for these
That's
guys.
one of
We're
her.
all about ready to die at some point in this
yeah.
battle.
Man, I was even gonna look at you
We
and be
fail
like,
our thing.
This is.
Inspired you.
Okay.
very loud.
He succeeded on his save. He still takes 5 points of damage, but he misses with both of his attacks. But he didn't get affected by that.
Oh,
Good.
Okay.
Like
Enid,
this one.
Of all the
at the start of your
rolls.
turn, I need you to make a Constitution saving
Oh
throw.
my god.
Yeah, well, if Enid goes down, she can't help me, so you better get a natural 20 or higher.
Oh,
What?
Enid,
What?
you look up and feel this sucking sensation.
It's because you jinxed me.
I did
And
no such thing.
drop to
You
zero
have a terrible
HP.
dice.
It's the M&M.
I'm so excited to meet everyone's new characters.
Me too.
It's gonna be so much fun.
This is why nobody returns.
Callie, you actually do suffer 1 point, 1 death saving throw. Because
Because you took the damage
you
at the
took
end
the
of that your
necrotic
turn.
damage from being in the presence of the creature.
you're automatically
You
dead,
take-
by the way.
I'm automatically dead.
If the skeleton hits your prone body, you're dead.
Oh, yeah.
automatically.
If you take one
That's cool.
one death saving throw,
The
guys, you
step
failed
is-
it in like the worst order possible. Like everybody saved and just okay.
Do you
Uh,
want this story to be
I
over?
don't.
I think
It
he does.
sounds like it.
I really don't.
All of our characters
Guys,
survive.
St. John's still up.
Yeah.
There's-
There's
Just
still
wait for your
something.
constitution
Yeah,
saving
but-
Yeah, you have a shirt now. You can't die.
All right.
So I said I
It's
felt
a
like
hero
somebody's gonna
of
die
the
tonight.
campaign.
It has
by the end of
advantage
the
on
night.
this thing has advantage on its attack.
It does
And-
have to.
Wait, which
If you're
thing
on
does?
The, if you're on
Bojack.
him, he has
Wait,
to.
even though he's
take his
blinded and
damage.
deafened?
Oh, the Bojack.
Bodex.
Oh yeah, this one. So yes, this allows to make a Constitution saving.
Just a
throw.
question.
That's
I've got a
D12.
question. Theoretical.
Oh, that's a 1, so it takes full damage. So go ahead and roll.
Fantastic.
Oh, well, hold on. It's only one time it takes the damage, right? Or is this one you
When it
cast?
starts and its turn in it.
Okay, so the damage it did last time would be the damage. This is the
Oh.
first turn it started in there. So you create
Changed
the
that from one night.
We changed it so when you cast it, you don't. It doesn't
Yeah.
do anything.
other because that's just based on the way it works. Is it's just like you cast it, and
So the next turn it does it.
so yeah. So
But we did it
it's-
last time.
It doesn't know that it needs to, like, it's taken the damage. It doesn't really know where to move though because it's blind and stuff.
That's fine.
So at the
Not
start of the
arguing.
next turn, it would
Doesn't realize it's
Can I
getting
ask a
hurt
hypothetical
until
question
it's its
before you
turn.
hit
It's
me
like,
and
oh,
kill me?
now I'm hurt.
do it.
Can I ask you a hypothetical question before I die?
Yes.
So I appear to have fallen forward.
Well, whichever way you want to.
I appear to have fallen forward.
Yeah.
This skeleton, I assume, is not very smart.
Uh huh.
And I have my shield very strategically over my back.
Mate, just roll a d20. If you roll 15 or higher, the shield will give you the +2 to your AC.
Oh my gosh, it was a 19 to hit the crack.
Is it in the crack?
It's in the crack.
Okay, I'll let you roll since it's
Don't
in
roll
the
it by the
crack.
crack.
I'm gonna roll it on the board. I'm gonna roll it right here.
I know.
All right, so the shield is covering your back.
Yes.
So what's your AC?
I'm very persuasive.
So 22 she has,
I'm not
or
that
20.
20. Okay. So this creature does have advantage on it. Oop.
It even gets one in.
But
It didn't hit regardless. So it swings down with its fist and hits it across.
Still, I just needed to
And
have that
yeah.
small win. That deserves an M&M or 6.
Or
Yeah.
6.
That was its turn. That one is going to move 15 feet forward.
very
I guess
stressful.
it's going to make 2 saving throws since I forgot to do it at the end of this turn. It failed both of them, so it's still slowed.
I feel like so
15.
stressed.
Who's gonna get eaten up? We need someone to get eaten up.
15, 20, 25,
I have a
30.
healing potion
That's
on
its
me.
full movement with the dash.
someone would know that.
Ginger
So
would
for
know
that
that.
one
We
to
can
go.
pass our constitution.
Ashlyn, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
Just say no. What happens if you just say no?
I'm just leaving. I'm
I'm
not
sorry.
participating in this
I'm
anymore.
not going to.
Natural 1.
Oh my god.
Oh
What?
man.
Guys, I can't get everyone up.
No, somebody's dying.
Holy crap.
I mean, if it's you fail this, you die.
No,
yeah,
it's
yeah. Basically is.
it's not no. It's not that. You guys have rolled natural ones
Yeah, I mean,
for each of these failed saves, as opposed to just failing the save. You guys have rolled natural ones on these failed saves.
Can you do it? Do you have it in you?
All right.
Do you get Enid up because Enid is the one who can save us? And all of a sudden, they hear the mothership calling them back.
You fail a death saving throw as well.
Fantastic.
Well,
They just think
I
we're
just
all
want to
dead.
fail, but don't
12.
die.
You fail, but you only take.
Hey, I'm not down.
Oh, you're just sleeping.
You just take a bunch
Get
of
knocked
damage.
down.
You take 13
Right.
points of psychic damage from just being in the wave of this death aura that's kind of emanating from this creature.
That's fantastic. Okay.
Where's Storm? Come get me up.
Storm has actually begun to feel a bit woozy where he is.
So he comes riding in, scoops me up, and we ride off into the sunset.
Bonus action. 3rd level healing word on Enid.
Okay.
So that is 3d4 plus my charisma. So you have 13 HP. And
She's
then as
not
my
down.
action, I'm going over. The only person I can get to is Callie. And I'm going to feed you my healing potion.
Okay.
As my action. It's just a common.
It's better than nothing.
So
you have 6 HP. You have 13 HP.
I'm not making death saving throws at least.
It's true.
Nicely done. Hero of heroes.
I was ready to do that, but then she went down. I was like, I can't do 3.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
But I couldn't have even gotten to Ashlyn anyway.
So yeah, your death saving throws are nullified, and yeah. Fury, you just see Ash fall down next to you, unconscious. Start of your turn, you need to make a Constitution saving throw, though.
16.
16. Yeah, you again feel the wave of darkness kind of pulsating towards you, but you resist the effect.
And then I'm going to just point. Fireball it.
Fireball? Okay.
3 people dropped in the last 6 seconds.
And I'm assuming you're not doing it on him.
I'm doing it directly on him.
Fantastic. Thank you.
No, it's not going to hit any of you. He's 15 feet in the air.
Oh, that's true. But it's
And it's only 20. It's only 20, isn't it?
I mean, if he is 15, 20,
there's no way it would hit them.
It would hit this guy.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't even hit that skeleton if it's up in the air.
Okay.
Because the orb, we'd be just outside of it. Because that skeleton, it would come to like right there.
Okay. Because it's not a sphere; it's a radius effect.
Right.
That's fine. Yeah.
So it'll hit.
It makes sense. Essentially, it's just like, and I'm assuming it's like like 5 to 10 feet tall, like,
but not an orb.
Yeah. Okay. I'm fine with that. So we'll say it's not hitting this other skeleton too. It's just hitting just the Bodak.
And then
because essentially it's 15 feet up, so it's not.
And then I will give him disadvantage.
Okay.
As I really concentrate the fire on him.
Okay.
I just think of it like hits him and it's just like it's flaming.
Dexterity save, correct?
Yeah.
14.
Nope.
Okay.
And what is this?
8d6 for fireball.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I ruined the, how good mine is.
It's a weird roll.
2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 23.
23 reduced to half, so that's 12. 11. So.
Unless we want to round.
Round up.
Okay, so you watch as the fire hits it, and it kind of gets whatever dark energies around it seems to protect it from this fire. Yeah.
And then using my bonus action to
just
leave away from it. Okay.
Oh, that's what you would do. Actually.
Oh, did you take the 5 points of damage at the end of your turn? Okay.
And just prove it.
All right.
Now I did.
Callie, start of your turn, you look up and you still
Don't
see.
Look up.
She's not looking up. She's on the ground facing down.
Just look in my eyes. That's all you need to find.
That is true. You're facing down.
You're facing down. Okay, what are you doing?
I am going to do my bonus action second wind.
Okay.
And I see that little skeleton guy?
Oh, your fire arrows are gone, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No.
Can I...
They've been gone with the moonbeam. So moonbeam's gone too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can I...
Right. Because that's concentration. Yeah.
You can stand up and not look in that direction.
I want to stand up and look directly at this skeleton right here.
The one right in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. And then can I switch to my...
To attack this thing without having anything happen, all your attacks are going to be at disadvantage.
Can I
as you
switch
try
to
to avoid the gaze
Oh.
of whatever this creature is.
Worth it.
So just so you know, if you're trying not to look at it, everything's
Yeah,
a disadvantage.
That's fine, but can I switch to my saber? Or does
Yes.
that count as something?
No, that's fine. Yeah, so
I'm gonna switch to my saber.
Okay.
Because it's like right there.
Go and make your 2 attacks.
And I'm gonna do the second one, and then I'm also gonna do action surge. Well, I'm not gonna do action surge until I know if he's not down.
Okay, so go and hit.
Gotta disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage. Sorry. Okay, well, 6 plus 14.
That hits.
Oh.
8.
You do better hitting with disadvantage.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
6.
6, okay.
So I'm gonna hit him again.
Okay.
13.
13 just hits.
oh,
Nice.
13.
That one takes that one down. Yeah.
All right, that skeleton's gone.
That one's down.
And then I did want to do my second wind for a bonus action. 4 plus 6, 10.
Okay. You moving or are you staying there?
No, I'm gonna move.
Not half movement because you had to get up.
Yeah. So I've got my shield and my saber out now.
Mm-hmm.
Would we know not to look at it after we keep feeling its effects like 3 rounds in?
I will say you're realizing that
So on our next turn, if we want to close our eyes, we can do that.
Yeah.
Except we're looking at it.
So this one was the last one was kind of like a surprise, like what the heck's going on? Oh my god, this sucks. Now I'd say you are able to be like, okay, that's not a good thing to have happen.
Okay.
I'm moving here, but I'm only looking toward this guy right here.
Okay.
Done.
Okay.
Unless if I action surge, I could hit him.
Yeah. Action surge, you can attack him. Yeah.
Disadvantage, but yeah.
It says additional action and bonus on your
Yes.
turn, but I can't do second wind again.
no.
Well, you only have 1 use of it.
Yeah.
So make your
If
2
you had a
attacks.
potion, you could
Gotcha.
Yep.
16.
Yep.
This is incredible that you're still hitting. Like,
9.
Okay. Still up.
13.
13 just hits.
oh, and
10.
this one's slowed,
Yeah.
so
Oh yeah. So that one goes down. Yeah.
All right.
Nice, Callie.
Okay.
All right.
have you
And at
killed
the end
like
of your
all
turn,
of them?
at the end of your turn,
No,
you take 5
Vince
points of
got the other
damage.
No, you still take the
5
5.
points of necrotic
Okay.
damage.
All right, Vince's turn.
He is not going to look, and he's just gonna take 2 shots at this thing. Nope. And nope. As you just see me kind of.
Is the Bodak still blinded and...
No, not anymore. No, it's.
Oh,
that is it.
yeah, no.
No.
Not that I think.
That's why he couldn't do an attack last turn.
But this time he'll be able to do his instant death to all of the party move.
No,
What happens if we look at him?
no. This
And
is
so only if
his.
we look in his
hey,
eyes?
now.
Well, if
What?
you're looking
Only
at
when we
him.
look in his eyes, I could look at the back of his head.
That initial first one, so when he jumped on the rock and was like kind of like looking at everybody,
Yeah.
that was essentially, and so like, it was fail. Like
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
just like, oh gosh, it was unfortunate, but like now you guys can avoid that effect entirely. It just was like,
Right. I just didn't know if I could get behind him and still look at him.
yeah.
He's still dead, right?
Okay. Because I want to get
Part of
behind
me
him and not have
is
disadvantage.
find
on him.
solace in the fact that in no way, shape, or form I can heal anyone no matter what I do.
No potions?
No potions, no nothing. So
Even yourself.
yeah, so
How
it's
do you
like,
do that?
I can't do it. I can't heal.
Oh, you can't heal. I thought you said you can heal no
No.
matter what, and I was like, how do you do that?
Yep.
You just
My immune
say the
system is
word.
just amazing.
Get up.
So like,
Are
if
you
you guys
looking at it?
die,
No,
not
I'm
on my
looking at you.
It's true. You can't do anything about it.
Look at Ascension. And then I'm gonna be like, OMG.
OMG.
You did, wasn't
She
it?
just goes, oh,
Omg.
No, I've been like.
gee, sucks.
So I'm gonna go. So it's time for me to get up. I can get to Ash right still, so I can touch her.
So 5, 10, 15.
Yeah.
And I'm going to cure wounds.
Okay.
You don't need a roll. It's max.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
You just do max always?
No,
No,
when
if
they're
it targets at 0, just
That's
she does
That's
max
awesome.
healing.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I've
Well,
kind
it's
Yeah,
not
so
max
what
life, it's max
No.
whatever the spell is.
So
What level are you casting it at?
Just one.
So that's 16.
Okay, so,
Is it
so it's-
2d8?
1d8
plus your spellcasting modifier, so,
So,
it's
So
8
12.
plus your 4. So 12, yeah.
12.
Okay.
And then
Your thing would not be able to reach it because it would have to go up.
Take a hut or not?
oh right, because he's
Yeah,
15
he's
feet.
15 feet up.
Okay, I forgot.
It take me a whole minute to cast it. It'd take 10 rounds for me to cast it.
But once they're all
Did I
dead,
use all my movement?
Well,
rest
Yeah.
she has a thing for that.
So I guess I'm done.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Would have just
it's just not
The
infinite.
Bodak's
would have
turn.
rendered that useless if we got that.
True.
This one.
I like the.
This turn, he is going to look down at you and kind of like move its head and forcefully, kind of like you can see it looking towards you, and it's almost draws you to barely look at it. So I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
9.
9. Okay, you take 4d10 damage. 2 1s. But then a 10
4d10.
and an 8. So that will be
20.
20 points of necrotic damage. As you can feel it just kind of like almost like you see it with its mouth, and you can just feel it wholly like sucking. No, this is its attack. It's just kind of like creepily getting in your wet eyes to try and force you to look at it. And then it's going to scurry down the rock on the backside.
What a gross
And
little...
move 15 feet.
But he's
So it's
now
15.
out of line of sight.
Yeah, it's going to sit right here and kind of stare in your direction.
Cool.
Hypothetically, if you teleport yourself in the air, how much damage would you do to someone else when you landed on them?
Skeletons
are
gone.
gone. Okay, Ash,
Ashlyn.
your turn.
Okay.
You feel yourself healed back up.
Falling
Yeah.
damage?
I don't know.
Wait, you dropped to 0, didn't you?
Yeah, and then she healed her.
You-
I know. I need you to roll me a d20, please.
Is your soul gonna be sucked from you just like midnight?
Can I use
I don't know what it is.
11?
11, okay. Yep, you're fine.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay.
just make us nervous.
I'm gonna get up and
Hashtag
use Balm of
backstory, I
the
don't
Summer
know.
Court.
He's just gonna start saying,
Oh,
roll a
let's
d20.
Since she had become a
Yeah,
dead or
just like
something.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I
you're
heal
good.
myself 5.
Okay.
And then
What did you use?
Balm of the Summer Court, so it's not like I lost a spell slot. It still
Remember, you get the
sucked.
+1 per dice.
Yeah. Per dice?
Per dice.
Oh, nice.
It's so helpful to
Glad
have him
you know
down here to
my
know
stuff.
all of our characters.
It's really nice.
You're like, yes,
Remember-
Philip, yes, I do. I can do that.
It does help,
better
it
than I do.
helps, yeah.
Yes.
I just hope I'm not like intruding.
No,
no,
this
no,
is
I really
because
appreciate
most of the time
it.
I have
Oh, you
to
gave me one of
retroactively
yours.
be like, hey, you remember you have this. I'd rather a player being like, hey, don't forget you have this. It's like, oh yeah, you do have that, because I get excited for that. So,
Yes, it's very helpful.
because secretly I am like, come on guys, you can do it. Even though I'm like, I want you guys to be successful.
But sometimes you're like, come on, guys, this is ridiculous. You're rolling on natural 20.
Well, yeah, but that's
But then you get sad when you roll on natural.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Healing
It's,
Spirit.
it's an awkward feeling being a
Because I just
DM.
need it.
You want to kill them, but they want
That's
you
a
want them to
bonus
kill
action.
you.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know that was a bonus action.
Oh.
Because you know the closer they are to
Oh,
death
healing
when they
spirit?
win,
Yeah.
the better they'll feel.
Alright, I have
so you
half
can
my
create
movement,
you can
right?
create a healing spirit and just turn into a bear or something. Like,
Well,
Yeah.
she's in charge of the healing word, so she can't.
oh, you did healing.
The
No, she did
balm.
balm of the summer court.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is
I
that a
don't know
bonus
what the
action?
difference is.
Yeah, I'll turn
Okay.
into... I'll do a Blink Dog.
Okay.
I'll use this for Blank Dog.
NBD.
Thanks.
Blank dog.
You
Get
see
some
her
extra
turn into this fey-like dog next to you.
Don't on me.
Guys, I don't have a plan at all.
don't have a
I've been
plan either.
thinking since my last
I'm
turn.
very
Okay.
unhelpful in this
I
one.
mean, I say
Run at it and attack.
no.
Right. I can't see him currently, right, at the start of my turn?
No, you do not.
You're
currently see
behind
him.
the-
Yeah.
Go.
Is
the-
passive
go to
perception like your
next.
peripherals? Like, would I know he had moved right
Yeah.
there? Okay.
Alright, I'm going to move
Hey,
Back
Blue Box
by the-
RPG.
Blink, Dog, and Enid. Just kind of be like, guys, what's the plan? And do cure wounds on her because I don't
Okay.
want the cleric to go down.
Okay.
What is that? A D8?
It's a D8 plus your spellcasting modifier. Yeah.
8. 19,
Jeez.
so
We're
12.
fighting a Bodak.
It's fun.
It's
Okay.
basically looks like the Scream.
And I don't really have a bonus action to do,
Fun is a
so
word for it.
I've already
Fun is a
inspired. Yours? Are they still inspired after they go down?
Friends who
They have the inspiration for 10
together,
minutes.
you
Oh.
for you.
I don't think they
and
lose
me.
it if
I
they're
haven't used
incapacitated. It's
And it's
I
for
think it's just
no
a natural
survivors.
I don't know. That's it. That's my turn.
okay.
I'm
All
just
right.
going to not look directly over there. I
Okay.
want to look at the wall.
Just
Oh.
stare at the
Tombstone.
wall. What's my inspiration?
We
A
have
D8
blindfolds.
or a 10?
D8. Okay.
You're out of its range.
Just 8,
No.
1d8.
8.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just going to look at Enid in the wall and nod at
You
him
do have your
Okay.
mark thing.
in case he
8
comes
for
back.
him.
You
You
do
can do
see
it for
that
Inspiration.
you
So
you
you
look
throw
up and you kind of glance at it. You feel
any-
yourself
nothing.
not under the influence currently.
Finally, not
Because I
drinking
can't
on the
see
job. Yeah,
It's-
he's out of range. It's been
It's
trash.
far enough away that like you, as you kind of like
But
it's
I'm
not
afraid
the
he's going
same.
to come back.
Okay.
All right. That's
Okay.
it.
Callie,
I used another spell.
start of your turn.
Okay, so
Me?
I like.
Oh, Fury.
No,
Sorry.
I'm just kidding.
So if I move over like this, can I see it?
Are you looking for it?
Yes, actually.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you can see it.
What's the range of fireball?
Fireball is 100.
120.
Yeah.
And you can blind
Yeah, you
people.
can
I think it's like 150, isn't it?
I don't know, but
No. Okay. Dexterity save.
yep,
So you're giving him
I
disadvantage.
can't.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't. We rolled crappy. So yeah.
All right.
That's good. Because that means he at least takes the full half.
The full half.
Rather than a quarter.
Yeah.
3, 7, 14, 13, 4. Wait, 3, 7.
14. Before you start going backwards.
Okay, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 27,
27 reduced to half is
13.
13.
Oh my gosh, we have one of the same dice that bugs me.
I know. You just can't grab that one from now on.
All right. Yeah. He's beginning to look pretty rough.
Good.
Okay.
This one looks
Callie,
more
your
like
turn.
year 3 to me.
I'm going to, with my peripherals, get a feel for where he is,
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you
Mark
guys
'em.
talk out all your stuff.
and then I'm going to. Oh, I can only do that on a melee weapon attack. I'm going to get that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna turn and look at the ground and shoot with my bow.
Okay. So you're kind of trying not to look at him, but you're
It's
firing.
like I
Okay.
like know.
Go for
but
it.
I'm
Make 2
not.
attacks with disadvantage.
That one's gonna hit 10.
No, that misses.
I mean, makes sense. I'm looking at the ground.
When you can roll your
It's too bad.
D8 just in case. I don't know what it's.
It's true. You do still have inspiration.
Oh, so I could have hit on the first one. You can
Possibly.
use an inspiration
Yep.
to hit.
I don't know what his
Yeah.
armor class is. But
Yeah.
Okay, so I had a 10 at the beginning. Can I do that or not retroactively?
Not retroactive.
Okay,
You
so
can do it on this one if
8,
you
so
want.
16, or the
But-
16 hit?
I
So
mean,
do you want to use?
you
your
have to
inspiration?
decide before you know it hits.
Oh,
I mean, you might as well.
So,
Okay.
yeah, just to make.
Yeah.
20.
Yeah.
20.
Yeah.
Would it have hit without? 16?
We didn't look.
Yeah, we don't know. Oh,
It's
Okay.
okay though. It's better to be sure.
Yeah. I just wanted to.
Yeah.
damn. And I'm doing it.
Your 10 had potential to hit if you would have.
10.
10 points of damage.
Yes, sir.
Okay, reduced to half.
And I cannot action surge again, right? That's just like a
No,
one-time
that's
deal.
one time.
Until you're level
So hey, you
17.
got rid of the skeletons.
Okay, it's
true.
looking
I just want to
pretty
take them all
rough.
out.
Didn't
Okay.
do a whole lot of
Vince's
damage.
turn.
Vince's turn.
Vince McMahon.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, we can
he's
Vince.
doesn't.
I know.
5, 15, 20.
Yeah,
The one that didn't go down at all.
He
Yeah,
doesn't have
exactly.
to have disadvantage. So that will hit. And that will hit.
Nice.
Is he hitting me?
Vince is proven to be our...
Vince is hitting,
I have
yeah.
inspiration, but I don't know what to use it on.
And with that, Vince
Oh.
takes down
Vince!
the Bodak.
For the win.
I count that as a win for me because I
Because you
saved him.
saved him, and that's the only reason
And
he's with
convinced
us.
him to come.
Okay.
You saved him, got him kicked out, and thus he felt obligated to come with us.
You only saved him because I hit him first, so really I count it as a win.
He jumped
for me.
down and
Semantics.
And I just hit him just now. We
I
can
also
share the
healed
win.
him.
Hey Vince,
That's true.
should we
We
move?
did,
though.
I feel like we made a lot
it
of
was a group
noise.
effort.
You see him, he's like, yes,
Yeah, we
we
gotta
need
get out
to
of
find
here.
a place to hide.
Yeah.
Ash
there's
can
no
do
way.
something cool.
What?
I'm a dog. I'll drop the form.
Oh, my dog.
Like, where's Ash? I think Ash can do something cool.
I'm traveling for like 2 hours. We're gonna go to sleep.
No, but I mean, if we need to move
We're
and
not going to
hide.
sleep.
I
It's a
haven't
short
done
rest.
it before. I can do this thing, but I don't know how well it works or anything. It just makes the stuff.
We should go somewhere else and do it.
You hear that
let's
coming
move,
from?
let's move, Ron,
You
let's
you
move.
hear that
Okay.
coming from an area. So what are you doing?
Maybe let's go back a little ways.
Yeah.
Out of this area.
Yeah,
Okay, you do hear some footsteps and movement towards you. So what are you guys
Can I-
doing?
we're moving back.
Move
So
back.
you're
and
moving
then
back.
swiftly.
The footsteps are getting closer. So
From back behind us or from here?
Can I?
it sounds like there's movement coming from multiple
All
different
directions?
directions.
So there's
And
no
I'll
way we can
cast
avoid this.
That's not what that means.
They'll cast the Hearth of Moonlight and Shadow where
Okay.
we are then. So, we
So
can all stay in that spot.
you guys all run and kind of gather around Ash.
Yeah.
And you can see like she kind of places her staff kind of slowly in the ground, and you guys feel this boom, this strange aura surround you, and you watch as several zombies come out from the side, like kind of moving forward, looking around, and then slowly move off in a different direction. Apparently
Ash,
unable to see you,
for the
sense
win.
you, not know where you are.
Do we still see out as if it's normal?
Yeah. You guys are terrified as you look at
It's like
you
in
can
Harry
see.
Potter,
Yeah, it's like we're in the invisibility cloak.
where you're like,
What just happened?
I feel protected and I
You
hate
see
it.
above you, kind of climbing on the walls, this strange creature, kind of slither back, kind of into the walls.
It can't see us.
It's crazy.
Can they hear us?
I don't know.
All right,
Like put
so
my hand over your mouth.
you guys slowly begin a short rest. We're gonna take a break here. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and take that break, and we'll come back in about 10 minutes. So, thanks for everybody that's watching. Hello, and we'll see you soon. Hello again, we're back. All right, so you guys huddle in, and Fury moves away. You kind of
having moved up during the break.
Yeah, you. It's a strange sense. You feel very exposed, very open. Yet you like to everything around you, but yet you feel concealed. It's strange. Like you can see everything, and it feels like you're out in the open, but apparently you are hidden from the world.
What does it feel like to have a plus 10 to your perception? Like while we're in your way of
like you're wearing
binoculars.
Microscopes as glasses.
I don't wear glasses.
So, is there anything else that you wish to do while you're inside of
I might use hit dice a couple.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep an eye out around.
Go make a perception check.
I will do the same.
Yeah, I guess I will as well. Okay. Yeah, can I use my
25.
Want to
Think you had a 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
use my thing to sense if there's any of those.
Yeah.
26.
What did you
You
roll?
don't
I rolled an 8,
sense.
but I add an 8, and then I add 10.
You don't sense any
I rolled
undead.
15. I had a 0 and then I had 10.
I'm going to quietly ask Vince about the people in the cloaks. What experience do you have, if any, with the people of the Order of Daxur?
Well, we've seen a few of them while watching Figures in Cloaks. The name resembles the tower, and I've heard it thrown around a couple times, but the captain kind of kept a lot of that stuff to herself, and we just watched from afar. And typically they would stay away and move out, but we didn't really see anybody coming in or out of the gates that would resemble that.
Did they ever interact with the undead or have the same problems as far as you know?
Not that I know of. So.
We've had some run-ins with some of them in the past and kept a few of their cloaks. I didn't know if us wearing them might be helpful or hurtful in this scenario. If there's...
I'm assuming that they probably have something similar to this stuff to kind of keep stuff away from their scent. It might be in the cloaks itself. I don't know.
Look through the cloaks.
Oh, dude. Well, okay.
And I'll go through the pockets and stuff and see if I can find anything that's helpful.
But there's the magic portal pocket.
I'm keeping that one.
Um,
I can reach it. Oh, you can.
there's nothing on it that I
can't
see
do
that. I'm wondering if they're using some sort of magic, or if they. I mean.
Do you think if we wore these to make ourselves darker and not as flamboyant, it would help or hurt if we ran into others wearing them that were actually members?
Well, I'd say if we ran into any of those, that's something we need to try to avoid at all costs.
Yeah.
If we're walking into a territory that they call home, it's not good.
Yeah. Who all is pretty bright? I mean, I'm pretty flamboyantly dressed.
You guys are trying to
I have
cover up
actually
as best you can.
I'm wearing
whatever.
his cloak.
Yeah.
That would be pretty dark, neutral, I feel like, color.
I'm dark green. It's my clothing.
If I put on one of these cloaks, can you guys not kill me? I'm wearing bright blue right
No
now.
promises.
Take that as a
You
yes.
have dark vision. You have dark vision too.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm going to
We all
sport one
do
of
it,
those
Callie.
instead of my bright blue cloak.
Okay, you're wearing one of the.
Just to be darker and less visual.
Okay.
How many of the cloaks do we have?
We have 4 plus 1 fancy.
And I have
Wait, we
one,
only
unless
checked
you're
2 of
counting
them
mine.
in that magic pocket.
You
Only
have what?
2 had something in the magic pocket, but we took all of them.
The
off
other ones
dead
don't
body.
have that magic pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And we already had one, but maybe Trini kept it.
No, she gave
I
me
gave it
She
back.
Okay, so we have 5. I
Yeah,
say
4 during the battle, and then the one that you picked up from the.
yeah.
1
from the
fancy,
giants.
5 regular.
There's 2 fancy.
2 fancy.
You have 1 fancy.
I have 1. Yeah.
You have
Okay.
fancy, I have a fancy, and 4 regulars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have 6?
So 6 total?
Yeah.
Just carrying
We've
around
killed a lot of
6
these people.
clothes.
Just carrying 6 cloaks. Is
We'll put on a
fine.
non-fancy one.
Okay. All right.
I should
So
probably put one on too. I'm just wearing.
There you go.
so you two, what you do?
Guess I could take mine.
You both kind of are looking around, and you kind of look back towards kind of the area. You watch as the creature that you slayed, the Modak, slowly begins to dissolve into the ground and vanishes. Kind of bubbles and churns and stuff, and then just kind of dissipates into the ground, into
Disgusting.
the ether, and kind of just leaves a small puddle on the ground of ooze. You specifically, it catches your eye. You look to where kind of the whole thing started, and you look over to where the 2 skeletal figures were, and you just see scratch marks on the rock that they were at.
Oh, the very first ones.
Are they still
When they
on
were
the ground
scratching
and
at the wall.
everything?
Yeah, it's the 2. So you guys ran off quite a ways, but you just see so it was the 2 that were up there, right next to where Vince's character is. There was 2.
And that's where the scratch marks are?
Yeah.
Or is it within our dome, or is that over?
Well,
up
no,
there,
it's probably 60 feet away from where you guys are at. You both rolled really high to be able to see it from this far away.
So
So I'm
Gotcha.
close to Vince, right?
Yeah.
I'm just very quietly gonna. Do you see those weird scratchy things over there by the dead things on the walls?
I can't see from this far away. You can see he's human.
Oh,
so.
not you, St. John.
Yeah.
St.
Do you want me to look at him?
Look over there.
Alright, I'm gonna go walk
Don't
over
go
to
over
him.
there, St. John.
You can walk.
Sneakily.
You can walk 30 feet there.
Okay. Well, no, it's 60 feet away.
Yeah, but I mean, from here you
Yeah,
can
you
get to
got
like
30.
here and still be in it.
No. You guys are 60 feet away from the spot.
Yeah.
Remember, you guys
And then
ran away.
her thing is
It
30
lasts
feet.
30 feet.
Yeah.
So if
So
he's
you-
in the middle, he can move 30 feet, so he's 30 feet from that thing.
I'm just gonna go
Yeah.
with him. I'll be out of it.
Yeah, he'll be out. He'll be out of the circle.
Oh, good.
Gotta investigate it. You can't just look at scratches on the wall and be like, oh yeah, those
Well, we
are
could
still
just set up the
scratches.
circle and our rest in 2 seconds when we leave it.
Aren't we done resting? We already rested.
So let's just rest again closer.
Let's just stay in this forever.
I'm not scared of
Can you
scratches
just
on the
cast
wall.
it at will?
Yeah,
I'm
she
gonna
can do it
investigate
every
where
time
you
we decide to
rest.
rest.
So you go and you
Oh,
can
nice.
just see
So
the
I'll just
scratches
create
from
food and water.
I want
the
the
skeletal fingers. We'll go and make an investigation check.
We can live here for the rest of our lives.
Right.
She provides the food
10.
and water.
10. Yeah, it's scratching. You're not really sure what it was.
Is it a solid wall?
Yeah.
Mm. Cool.
That's
I
about
know
as what-
very well.
There was
I'm gonna go
scratching at
back.
the wall.
You
Like,
could always send
do you
your.
guys think
bird.
that maybe they were after something in there that I can't see because I'm
We could
short?
we could send her owl in that direction and see if it sees anything.
Yeah.
Do you think it's like a
I'm
magical
wondering if there's a
thing?
person in there or something, or fresh meat or something that they were trying
Aren't
to get to.
the undead magical in nature?
That's why I didn't know if it was like some sort of magical thing.
They're religious in nature.
Or religious in nature.
I don't think the dead have a religion.
I don't know. Maybe that's their problem.
I don't know.
They need Jesus.
You want to
They
send
need
your
a
owl
little
over there
Jesus.
to go
Then they
look
would
and see
not
if it
be
sees anything
undead.
I don't see?
We're gonna become missionaries to the undead.
We are. I think we should bring him back.
So what do you guys do?
Sending the owl to go investigate, I guess.
Is it a bonus or do I have to recast it to change the form?
You have to recast
Okay,
it.
so never mind. Should I see through his eyes to do this or just send him?
Probably. I mean, you're safe in here.
Yeah, so I'll
You
do
see
that.
Vince, he's just like, do you guys just want to go?
But I went. Yeah, I think we should just go.
I mean, we got to get moving.
Fine, we can just go.
We can't just
Go,
stay
we
here
just all
forever.
walk up
We
there.
don't want to. Okay, let's not
So you
investigate
see
it
he's-
further.
No, that's where we're going. We're
We're
all
gonna go
leaving
up for it.
safety to go investigate.
To just the wall. I want to investigate past the wall,
Okay.
but we
I
can't
will
go
go
through the wall.
investigate the wall currently if we're leaving.
I feel like. So what are you wondering?
I think we're
Her to send the owl over the wall, see what's on the other side.
No. So the wall is not. There's not a wall blocking your path. There was scratch marks on this wall right here.
And I want to see what's over here.
No.
that's
It's
what those
the
are.
face, the stone face. It's the
It's like a cliff.
it's the cliff.
Yeah.
So
That's
the
all
top
it is.
is like
This way.
It's not like it's a wall and there's something on the other side. It's the cliff face. There's scratches in the cliff
And
face.
there's
So
ground.
there's
there's scratches
ground on
all
top.
along it then.
No.
Okay,
only
just-
in that
so
one
there
spot.
would be
There.
like another side-ish.
You guys are all.
Okay, I wasn't
Back
picturing
here.
this correctly.
You guys are all over there because you ran like 60 feet to hide in your bubble. You and Fury were in your protective bubble, 60 feet away from here. Your bubble comes out to here, like 30 feet away. You were looking where those two original skeletons were that she and him were shooting at. You were able to see their scratch marks where those two skeletons were.
All right, let's
maybe-
go.
Does that make sense?
So we're gonna
Yeah,
go
I
over
was
to
just
that
picturing
and
those two.
investigate them.
So I'll go investigate.
All right, so you guys all move forward.
Yes.
Someone
Okay.
who's better at this than me, preferably.
I have proficiency in investigation.
I'm not good at investigating.
I
But it's
just,
only plus
So
three.
one person can do it with assistance.
I do that
want,
right?
I just want to see if I detect any sort
This
of
is my intelligence
magic.
0.
Are you casting a spell to do so?
No.
So I would say not really. Like if you're not really doing something more than that, like it's.
I don't have
to
detect magic or anything.
I'll try call trace. It's the
Oh.
same. Sure, we'll just give her advantage.
Okay.
Sure, I rolled really bad today.
What do you do for some
We've
good
all
ones?
pretty much rolled.
Yeah, so it's not
Except
just you.
Lewis.
And don't change that.
Advantage.
It's not bad.
17.
17. The wall looks somewhat unnatural. Like, it doesn't look like it's...
This wall looks somewhat unnatural.
Like a
You
magical wall?
can see that the wall,
I don't know.
where the rest of it seems to be kind of uniform in its weathering and stuff. This one appears to have almost come up from the ground itself.
Like it was created by someone who can control the
I
elements.
take out the magic map
You can?
and look at it?
Yeah.
Fury did.
And do I see any kind of... Is that... It's not of the whole... Oh, wait. It's not of the whole area. Is
Nope.
it just of the spire?
Just the
Sorry.
spire. On the
Never
back.
mind.
On the
Sorry.
back is the spire.
As I was saying that, I was like, wait a
Yeah.
minute. It's not of the
Wait,
whole
what's on
area.
the front
Sorry.
of this map?
So,
It's the layout of this land.
is
But
there-
it doesn't
I
have...
don't
Oh.
have it finished yet. We've been
So we
busy
wouldn't
with
need a
moving and stuff.
guide. We theoretically have a map of this whole
But
place.
he's been down here.
I have a theory.
You want me to thunderwave this wall?
No.
I could just try to move the earth a little bit.
Yeah, that would be good.
What?
Alright, back up playing with thunderwave it.
If I can try to mold earth on that one spot.
Okay.
I'd get a 5
What's mold earth?
Choose a portion of dirt or stone that you can see within range that fits within a 5... Well, it has to fit within a 5-foot cube.
So you could do a 5-foot cube
You
of
just do
it.
a 5
And manipulate it in the following ways. You can loosen it, or instantaneously evacuate it, move it along the ground. Here.
No, that makes sense.
Just
Okay.
take a
Yeah.
5-foot
I
cube
just
out.
like
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
yeah.
what you basically want to do. Is
Yeah, so
pull it out.
you remove a 5-foot cube of it, you can see that it still goes in a little ways.
It's deeper.
It's deeper.
Can do it a cube.
Can you do another 5-foot cube?
It's a cantrip.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
sure.
That's a
You just keep
cantrip?
doing 5-foot cubes.
Yeah.
5-foot cubes until
Yeah,
you get
so
in.
you move a second section of 5 foot and you can see that there's an opening.
At that, you had to like crawl in there to get the second, then you're like pulling it out of the hole.
I can send the owl to look in now.
You can see well in the dark, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do that.
It's just gonna go up in there.
Do you think our
Do you wanna look
friends
through
are
its
in
eyes?
here?
Uh-huh.
They
Okay.
didn't make it back?
So the owl Philo just waddles
Sorry,
in underneath.
This is a new
Make a perception check.
I think it's our
I think
people
it's
who
with
didn't make it
advantage,
back.
right? Because the
I think it's
So
live
is this
humans.
the thing where she can't hear anything, but she sees with the owl and she can just talk?
Her
yeah.
senses are the owls right now.
Mhm.
She's basically a vegetable.
I add
Meaning,
the owls.
I didn't think about that.
I get some precipitation.
I had the owls.
Yeah, perception is plus 8.
On
I
her
think.
face.
Okay. 27.
27, yeah. Yeah, you see a figure in some sort of decay that is set against the wall, kind of clutching a bag.
Oh,
Wearing-
no.
Is it moving?
It does not appear to be moving. And as soon as you guys are, you kind of get a smell of rotten flesh. Much different than the decay and necrotic energies, where it's unnatural. This
I
is
can talk to you guys, right?
This smells
You can
like
Talk and say stuff,
death.
you just can't hear us.
This smells like decomposition.
So
Like
there looks like there's like a dead guy in here, but he's not moving like the other dead guys, and he's got like a bag.
I'm sure you can't hear us, but remember, Vince
I
here
can't hear
said,
you.
don't assume they're not going to move.
He did say that, but doesn't this smell more like dead, not undead? Dead?
I'm gonna see if I can take the bag.
With the owl?
Yeah. See if I can
What's
grab
the
it.
strength score of an owl?
Super strong.
Negative 14.
I mean,
Giant
if it's
owl.
5 feet, you can just walk in.
Yeah, the owl's not gonna try.
I'm
It's
going
got a
in.
-4.
Yeah.
The owl's
I'm
gonna
going
come
in.
back out.
Alright, so you kind of get on your hands and knees.
Do I even have to? It's a 5-foot cube. I can just walk in.
It's true.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yeah. I guess the 5 foot cube is pretty
I
big.
think
yeah.
we all
Yeah.
fit in
Yeah.
pretty
That's
comfortably,
really tall.
actually. I'm pretty
Yeah.
small, too.
Going in. Don't worry.
We could fit side by side into this thing. Like, this is pretty big.
Yeah.
All right. I have dark vision.
Okay. So yeah, you walk in and then you can see a decomposing corpse. Go ahead and make a medicine check for me.
By the way,
Dang,
you
I
have
thought
a
we
little
were gonna
red
save
circle
it.
on your right cheek.
18.
Okay.
18.
Not that you can see it.
It's you
Oh,
kind
I don't
of
think
are
there'll be
looking
any
it
years
over.
for one,
It
maybe.
appears to be a humanoid of some sort. It's in some state of decay. You can see that maybe some insects have found their way in and have begun the decomposition process, and you can. But you're assuming that it more recently was gotten to, and maybe that's why, but it looks pretty well preserved other than the more recent decomposition that has begun.
Can't
I'm
like.
going to try to take the bag
I'm going to.
and anything else that might be on it.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Can I see it from?
Yeah.
I'm basically just going to
19.
be constantly preparing and then letting it go,
Like
a
firebolt.
firebolt,
Okay, yeah.
just in case it moves.
Yeah. So you pull that and you see the arm kind of go out like this as he's pulling it. Do you release the spell?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna make an attack.
22.
Now we roll well.
You hit the corpse as he was pulling the bag off the arm.
I'm not-
I'm just saying it moved the arm because of the bag.
No, I'm just-
And so you shoot it.
I've never rolled below a 20 to hit things for some reason.
I rolled a 19 for investigation.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, you see the bag. It appears like everything, like it's just the bag it was holding on to. But yeah, beyond that, there's nothing except for you can see like it looks like just normal clothing that the individual was wearing.
Does he
In
have
the
a
dark?
cloak or anything?
So there's something in the bag?
I don't know. It's just
What
got
are
you
we?
It was
Like, are
gonna
we
be
in a
safe
cave?
spot. I am.
No, it's just a
It's
very
like very
small
small.
pocket.
Okay.
And as you kind of look around, it's tiny. Like it's essentially like this
It's
was
like a tomb.
set up to.
To keep the undead out, but he knew that he was gonna die.
Yeah.
We just burrow our way through the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 feet.
So
Just
One at a
keep,
time.
So you said you
just
open up
keep
the
going.
bag. You open up the
Stand
top. There's nothing in there.
Nothing? I'm going to keep the bag and bring it with me.
Reach in it.
Okay.
I know, but I feel like we have to move.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to keep this bag safe. Guys, I found this bag. I think we should
Let's get out.
look at it not right here because we have to move.
Okay.
Is there anything in it?
Well,
It
let's
doesn't
look outside.
look like it, but
Have you checked it for any magic?
We can look while we go.
okay.
It's
I don't know if Cindy knows what bag of holding is. So
I
I don't
don't
know if
think I
he's
do
known to just
either.
turn it upside down and see if it falls out. He looked in and there was nothing, so
I would want to go up and at least check it for
Yeah,
magic.
you'd probably know to think about that.
It's more.
I don't know the extent of Arcana checks. If you
Yeah.
can't detect magic, then I don't know what it's used for.
Well, it's. I would say for you though, it's more of the Arcana is like if something has a magical essence or a magical being of some sort. It probably just depends on what it is. This is more of like there's specific tools and spells that are designed specifically for
Like
this.
identify.
Like identify, detect magic. Those are meant for this.
We'll figure it out as we go.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, all I want is like detect the presence of magic.
Mhm.
Like, is this just a leather thing,
I think
or
that's what detect magic the spells. for.
no? That you have to specify
I
exactly
stick my
what
hand in
magic
it
you
or
want to
no?
detect.
Yeah.
You
can't
have to
stick
say,
your
I
hand
want
in
to
it?
detect invisibility.
That's
Stick
the
your hand
spell,
in it.
not
That's the
detect.
spell.
Can I stick my
Oh.
hand in it?
Okay.
Detect magic is like being able to just sense the aura, just like her detect undead, like
Oh,
Eyes
she's
of the
a
Grave.
school
It
of
detects
magic.
undead.
Can I like peer into it and
Arcana
No.
typically means like your knowledge of like history of magical
Yeah,
items or
Am I
magical things.
speaking English?
The use of spells. Like
Think
if you
I'm
saw
on
a
mute.
spell cast, you might be able to understand what the spell is. For you, I'm kind of letting it be more towards like if you sense something in terms of a magical being or creature, you might be able to sense more about it because that's more like similar to what you are. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I know.
I'm just
I know
gonna
I
read
kind of-
what other people did and
Okay.
get better.
It's tricky. It's especially being a sorcerer. That's where it gets to be tricky. So you guys said you were moving on from like
Yeah.
walking forward.
Getting
She's
It's
reaching
tiny
into the
hole.
bag.
I was wanting to like look
Oh,
into it.
but would you?
Would I not?
You can't have that bag.
Well, you see him walk out with a bag. You see him kind of just putting on. We'll look at it here in a
Nothing in
little
it.
bit.
We'll look at it.
I'm just saying. You see, we'll look at it here in a little bit.
Okay.
Are you just gonna be like, no, we're gonna
Oh,
check it in now to see if
check
it's a
out
bag
a
of
bag.
holding?
I thought he was looking at it, and we were all just kind of looking at it. So that's why I was like, I wanted to look at it. But if we're not looking at it, then that's fine.
Now we just keep going.
We just made a lot of noise and we need to get out of this place.
Yeah.
Our guide said we need to move.
So let's move.
Let's move.
Go.
We're moving.
All right, so you guys continue on for another couple of hours. Eventually, you guys stop, let a couple undead that are kind of just slowly moving and walking. You guys let them pass. You guys, there's been probably 7 or 8 other forks. One with a split 3 different directions. One with another split 2 different directions. You guys are weaving in and out through this. It's kind of a maze as you're walking through. But at another point, he says, "Well, that first stop that we had may have made it to be this a little bit longer than a full day's travel. Do we want to stop and rest for the evening?"
Probably should.
Yes.
It's as good a place as any, because once you get in the open valley, it's...
That fancy thing you did, you can do that again. And we just need to be quiet, but we can light a fire.
Could we also just kind of burrow out a hole in the cliffside?
Yes. We could do that.
Would take a while, but
Yeah, I mean, take what? It's only 6 seconds, right, for the cantrip?
Oh no.
yeah.
Oh, wrong app.
That is what's in action. Yeah.
Bold. 1 action.
Yeah. So it just takes 6 seconds for her to be like... Yeah, so you guys can kind of create a little area
Like
for
a
you.
safe area, yeah.
Yeah, in addition to whatever thing you're
And
doing.
your thing in the front.
And
Okay.
you know what? I'll just put alarm on it too.
Might
But
as
I'll only
well.
have it go off in my head so it doesn't alert me. Yeah.
That's good.
Alright, so you guys kind of set up for the evening.
Make resting so safe.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty awesome.
We're in the
So-
hole in the mountain in a safe zone with an alarm.
Yep.
Why do you guys think this figure would be clutching this bag so tight? I mean, it's empty. See?
Maybe
What, did it
That's
have
why
food?
I
have, like,
He
assume-
holds it up, and yeah, you guys don't see
That's
anything.
why I
I'm gonna
assumed
reach
it.
in since
Okay.
it's over.
You reach in, and you just see your hand kind of disappear.
Whoa.
Is it
It's
like
a
the
really
cloaks?
tall bag.
Yeah, she keeps reaching and keeps going.
You want to crawl in?
No.
I don't
Can I grab anything? Is there
think you have
anything?
to know what's in there.
Yeah, you reach in. You don't feel anything.
I just want to take a piece
Do
of
you
like
think he had
a
anything
bread
in
and
it?
like chuck it at the hole.
I don't know, but
Let
it
me
seems
see.
empty
Does
now.
he have a healing potion?
You wouldn't know it.
It's not if it's in there.
This
you have
thing's
to think
broken. I'm
of it.
gonna throw it on the
it's not-
ground and see if it lands upside down or right side up.
Roll a d20 to see if it lands upside down.
2.
It does
sounds
not
like
land
an upside
upside
down roll
You
to
just
me.
kind of toss it.
I don't
on
know
the
what to
ground.
do with this thing. It's weird.
What if you just shake it?
Okay, now I'll shake it up.
You're shaking it upside down, and as you do that, roll me a d100.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't know you could shake them.
Yeah, everything just comes pouring out
If you shake it, okay.
50,
like a normal bag.
So,
No.
yeah.
Only
15.
it's infinite amount of stuff might come out.
All right. So do you have percentile dice?
I do. They're put away.
No, I know, because I just didn't know. I didn't
Okay.
know. I was like,
Okay, 49.
okay, no, because it was a 5 and a 1, so it could have been
Okay.
a 51 either. I was like, I don't know,
49.
because those are 2 very different things. You said 49.
Mm-hmm.
That was cartoon.
Okay, actually, that you see this kind of vial fall out. Roll me another d100.
Yeah. 56.
56.
Invincibility.
Is it a great thing? What is it?
Well, we can't use it yet. But
What
No,
is
a
it?
magic user can. It's
Oh.
just you have to roll a DC.
it's true.
What is
Well,
I
let me
don't
go
know.
to a different table. That's why we
It came
roll
out,
these
though, didn't
things.
You always have to wear that shirt.
Okay, and then I also need you to roll me another
I'm lost.
another D100.
It's something really good, but I don't know what it is either.
49
he'll tell
again.
us
All I
once this
roll
is
is
done.
40 to 50. So 49.
Okay. Roll me 2d6.
Watching a bunch of stuff
Okay.
fall out of his bag.
2.
2. Okay. 20 gold pieces. I'll spill out 2 of the side pockets. And then,
She's just
and then
taking-
roll,
I'm just-
and
no,
then
I'm
roll me
just writing stuff down.
66.
I missed the one thing.
Well, we
I think I
don't
missed
want
2
to use
things.
it.
Yeah. I was just writing down what it had in it.
23.
and 23 silver pieces. Wait, no. 23?
Mm-hmm.
230 silver pieces.
Oh, 230 silver.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not taking this stuff. I'm just writing it down.
It's just kind of in the middle.
So
Yeah.
was the
No
thing
one's
Yeah,
that
so
grabbing
like
this,
so out of
it's
the you guys see that this is it's almost looks like a backpack, and you can see a couple
what
of
he rolled was gold. Is that what the thing was?
no. There
Okay.
was
Pack of holes.
although I was
There's still
shaking my
something
head.
we
just
don't.
four things.
Yeah, I got to
Okay.
figure out where
You have
to
4
roll
things
for.
of-
I rolled the
vial.
vial. The
Something.
thing I know what it
yeah.
is, and then gold and silver.
I gotta look for.
I feel like we would all know if it just popped out of the bag.
We will. We just
No,
wants
it's
to know
gotta
which one
figure
it
yeah,
is when we
it's
look at it.
it's a pretty powerful thing. But I'm just like, come on. Can I see your player handbook, please? All right,
I'm gonna go get more water.
you're fine.
Well, we figure out what amazing stuff we got.
Guys, there's a lot of money in this thing, and I don't understand this bag.
It is a really
It's
weird
like
bag.
an infinite.
I feel like we should
Bag.
keep it.
Yeah.
I think we
Do you think
should.
if we shake it, more stuff will always come out?
Nope. I'm assuming nothing more.
a,
is gonna happen.
a little book does fall out.
Ooh.
A little-
Ooh, book.
Ooh,
Book.
keep shaking.
Yeah, shake more. shake, 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 shake it.
What does the book say on the front cover?
You get a shake. You get a shake. Everybody gets whatever crops out on them.
Here he gets the book.
Unless it's
It's
a
a
picture
journal.
book and then I want it.
Yeah, I want to like flip carefully in the pages. Just peek.
I like
roll me a d20.
10.
good middle number.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Middle of the alphabet.
Okay.
We get a dragon. Dave Coop.
Pet dragon.
I have a dragon.
There's a lot of like referencing and
pretty-
No,
cross-referencing.
it's a pretty significant thing that was found. So, this is the 7th level spell that you rolled.
The mansion.
Oh gosh.
This one?
So you guys see a beautiful wooden inlaid box with kind of some etchings into it, and you can see it just has a little clasp on it. And you guys undo the clasp and you open it up, and you guys see a beautiful scroll that is interwoven. Beautiful. It looks old, but it's sealed with a little tiny leather tie around the middle of it. But you see a scroll, and as you kind of open up just to look at it, it is
Spell of project image.
it's a 7th level spell.
Guys, the range for this is 500 miles.
Nice.
I've read that one.
500 miles? You can
That's
put
where
yourself
you-
anywhere.
I can make an illusion of, well, whoever uses it, of themselves that acts almost like your owl, but it's an illusion.
Can you see?
So, like, if I were to
Yeah,
use it, I
and
could
talk.
see and talk, and it would mimic me and my mannerisms perfectly. It would be, for all intents and purposes, like I'm 500 miles away, as long as no one tries to touch me.
So can we send this to the
And
spire?
real me wouldn't be able to hear or do anything. I could
Yeah.
talk and tell you what my person's doing
So kind
as
of
I'm acting, but I could just be me or
Nice.
whoever could be themselves 500 miles away.
Is this
Do you
scroll
have
like one
to
use?
have
One
know
use.
the
One
area?
use of it.
One
Okay.
use because it's a. Well, I assume you would know. Need to know where
Mhm,
to put
yeah.
it.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
only one use. Like
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
So,
It makes
So
sense.
you
what is
see
the
that.
vial?
Go ahead. I'll let you make an Arcana check.
Get a natural one. You just chug it.
12.
12. You kind of pop the top a little bit and smell it, and kind of swirl it around. It's a very dull gray liquid. You're not too sure.
It's grape juice.
Is actually what it is. This is, yeah.
It's grape juice.
It's a grape
Drink up.
vial.
I'm not
I
thirsty.
wasn't drinking.
Maybe
I'll
maybe
just
we should
put
put
it back
this
in the
stuff
bag.
back in here and kind of use it as a group pack.
Yeah.
What does
I feel like we
Vince
would
think about
know
all this?
what a bag of holding is.
Well,
did Vince recognize the
I'm
guy?
thinking that whatever you guys find here is, like I said, I'm going to be your guide, and I mean anything you guys find is.
I don't think that guy was using it.
Well, you can have some of this.
I didn't know if
gold.
Vince recognized the bag.
No, I've
Oh, okay.
never seen that. there have been several treasure hunters that have come through. I mean, there's been a lot that haven't returned. So if this individual found the bag and in there or brought the bag with them, and
himself in the wall.
Who should carry this bag?
Our leader.
Not me. I got too much stuff. No. Not me? What do you mean, not me?
I mean, if we want to store precious stuff in it, I have a spell to escape.
She wouldn't do it.
If we have stuff within it,
Laura
we don't want to fall in other people's hands.
So not the one that gets kidnapped a lot.
I think we should just agree whoever has this,
I won't be able
whatever
to be
funds are in
anymore.
there are party funds and are used for the whole group, not the individual, whoever has it.
Agreed.
Can we all agree on that as a group?
As long as I get to keep my money, you can do whatever you want with yours.
No, I think we should all keep our money separate, but whatever's in here is party use.
Fair enough for
I
me.
feel like Enid's very responsible.
I think she is too.
I always think the cleric should hold the bag of gold.
I just think if
I
we
wrote
have
as me or
important
Sinjin.
stuff in it,
Just out of
we should
leader. There.
give it to someone who can escape with it if we need
Until
to.
they go down.
That's a good point too.
Granted, I haven't used said spell because it also makes a loud ruckus.
Okay, I forget what Callie knows about him. Yeah.
Nothing.
No, you don't know any of
Nothing, but
stuff.
like didn't
You know his
one of you guys
movie.
tell me?
Yeah, you really don't.
Yeah, you
And
haven't
a
had any
teenager.
deep conversations yet. This is the time where it would be. You could ask
So
them,
I could ask that. Okay, so
but it's
because he's been only like kind of rude to me since I got here.
Yeah.
Very like
I'm treating you as one of the
Skeptical.
group.
very skeptical, but I wouldn't know that that's how you treat everybody. I would think that's just how you treat me. So I guess I don't know much about you at all, but
I have no reason, and I cannot leave the group. So there's no way I will be running off with this. So don't worry.
just don't give me quite that good a vibe.
Neither do you.
I still
I'm,
feel
like, super
someone
happy.
a little bit friendlier
Exactly.
should have the bag.
I feel like
In
our
case
healer
anybody
should
needs
have that
something.
bag.
Oh, he wants the bag?
He wants the bag. I
Oh,
feel like
yeah,
the
no,
healer
I
should
do.
have the bag.
The one that just died and they could have been taken by zombies.
Whoa,
not
nobody died.
You can
Some
take the
people
bag off
took
my
a short
dead
nap,
body.
but nobody died.
What
I
if we do
mean,
rock, paper, scissors?
3 of us
What if
went
we
down.
vote?
Yeah. We can vote. Voting's good. Who are you
I
voting?
mean,
Yeah, there's 5 of us. If Vince doesn't vote, it can't be a tie.
I didn't think I was going to have a vote, but that's fine. Yeah.
He can be the tiebreaker. If someone is.
If someone doesn't vote.
Stay.
Do
Well, I already
want
spoke.
to
My vote
write
was
our
the
vote on a
cleric.
little paper so nobody gets mad?
Verbally.
I think it's going to be pretty obvious who's voting for who, no matter what.
That was just a suggestion.
How about everybody just close their eyes, and then I'll tell you who. Okay, so who are the 2 options?
I just know it won't be me.
Is there
Fury
2
and-
options? Fury
I
or
don't know if
Enid?
we've whittled it
All right,
down.
everybody, close your eyes.
Unless
Okay,
you
who
think you
does
should
not
carry
want
it.
to carry the
I'm not
bag?
carrying it.
All right.
I buy expensive pop-up books, so I know I shouldn't have it.
I mean, I kind of want to carry it too.
Yeah.
So,
I would probably.
So you 3?
So us 3.
Okay.
All right, everybody,
Okay,
close your
but
eyes.
if we're
You
gonna
may
vote
vote
for- But if we're
once.
voting for ourselves, then essentially only you 2 need to vote.
So,
So I assume I'll vote for me, you'll vote for you, and you'll
Let's just
vote
close
for
our
me.
eyes and vote. Unless she votes for you.
That's true. Okay.
all right, everybody, close your
This
eyes.
is great role play.
Because essentially, this is Vince. If you would like Fury to take the bag, raise your hand. If you would like Sinjin to have the bag, raise your hand. If you would like Enid to have the bag, raise your hand. All right. Enid, you are the one that is carrying the bag.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
There was one abstain.
Did you not vote?
why would I vote?
Why didn't you vote for
I voted
yourself?
for you.
I thought I heard something move and it was Fury.
I thought you voted for him.
I was doing it as a vote of confidence in the kid. But it doesn't matter.
But he didn't even vote for himself.
But
He
we
would have
closed
had
our
the
eyes so
bag.
nobody knows who anyone voted for.
Nope.
No?
We can just watch it back.
But I guess Enid gets the bag. So if you want to make
Shocker.
a page for your stuff. You have all of this stuff now.
A vial
Do we want to look at this book?
that we don't know about.
Book.
Yes, I was flipping through the
Forgot
pages
about
of
the
the book.
I'm throwing one of my spare books in it because I don't want to carry it around anymore.
That's fair.
What does the book say?
So you open the book and it's a journal.
Journals are depressing.
What?
Journals are depressing.
Journals are depressing.
Journals of people that are dying are depressing. Yeah. This is a dying man's journal.
Yeah. It is of an individual named Felix.
Felix.
Felix. It describes him and his party adventuring. And as you hear it being read, Felix is one of the names of the group that you led to this place. that decided to go. They just asked for a guide to Grimstone Keep. You did that. This is one of the individuals that, and you're assuming this is also may have met a member of that group that made it to the wall, leading a horde of undead a while back.
I would relay this very slowly.
Yeah, you remember, but it was about a year and a half, 2 years ago, is when this happened, where it was just they looked for a guide to Grimstone Keep. They asked if you wanted to go with them. You said no. You didn't really feel like that was what you needed to do. But yeah.
So I tell you all that.
You do remember that this individual had druidic powers.
Okay, I tell them all that stuff.
No. So you know
for
more?
A happier book.
Not really.
Not that well, but well enough to get him here.
Are there any last will and testament in there of what to do? Like tell my mom I love her?
I don't know. To the last page.
No, it just says the last thing you see is why did we ever come to this cursed land?
Oh no.
That's reassuring.
I'm not going to get a lot of my inspirational quotes from this journal, I don't think.
No.
I will say I don't really like this place very much.
I hate this place.
Yeah.
But did you see the skinny people?
Yeah, I did. I did.
We did not steer
you
you
didn't say
wrong.
anything about the screamy guy climbing on rocks.
I wasn't aware of him, but...
That guy I've seen one of those before. Those are terrifying creatures.
Yeah.
Thank you for finishing them off.
Are there worse things in here we should be aware of?
Yeah, okay.
Good.
I would say that if we come into anything else, that was something that I felt like we could definitely kill. There are things in here that if you see them, I would encourage you to definitely stay away. If you see a 20-foot tall, dark figure that is shrouded in shadow and looks like it has two large horns, stay clear away from that thing.
That doesn't sound...
What is
highly
it?
recommend. Maybe it's what is known as, I believe, a Death Walker.
Oh, that sounds nice.
It doesn't sound nice.
Even getting close in any semblance, but they fade in and out of this land. Stay away. Do not even attempt to get near this thing.
Yeah, I wrote that down. Stay away.
What night is this? 18?
18.
Avoid Death Walkers.
But
Even
Death Watcher's good.
Watcher's good, Death Walker's bad. Although Death Watchers don't really like us, so they might be bad too.
Well, or we might be bad.
Let me double check to see what it was called. No, that's wrong.
It's in the file, we don't know what that is.
So I think we should still maybe take watches tonight because this land is crazy.
You see, he begins drawing a picture for you
Yes.
of what he's talking about.
And how terrifying it is.
Terrifying creature.
I imagine it's like Deathblade from Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. I'll look up a picture and we'll see how accurate.
Not Rollerblade. Deathblade. What's her name? Rollerblade.
Okay, did you say you gave me your books to put in here, Fury?
Yeah, which book does she
Oh,
have?
it's a Nightwalker.
Just the general.
Not Deathwalker, it's a
General magic
Nightwalker.
book.
This thing.
Oh.
Ooh, Night Walker.
Nightwalker.
Yeah, that's scary.
Hey, I was pretty close.
Yeah.
It's the Boston Twilight Princess.
Yeah. It's a pretty terrifying thing.
Do you want to hold the 20 owlbear feathers I have in that bag too?
Sure.
I feel like we should just put extra things that we're not really going to need in there. 20
You said owlbear feathers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's what these are made of.
Oh, I have.
And you
some
see,
too.
as he holds up the feathers, he just says owls are great at stealth. And so the owlbear feathers that live close, that's what we get the fletching for.
Well, could you make some?
Yeah,
of
of course.
This? I don't know how many you need, but
No, I mean as many as you have. I can make arrows for you that are quiet.
I have 10.
Look at you for grabbing those owlbear feathers.
I have 10 owlbear feathers.
So, as you begin doing that, so it
Yeah,
takes
that sounds great.
takes 2 feathers in order to make it a stealth arrow. A stealth arrow does not create the whistling sound, or does not. It
I
helps
mean,
reduce
the rest of
impact.
us can't be quiet anyway.
But if there's anything that he and I could pick off
so do you want to just
before,
keep your 10 and we'll just give her 10 arrows of that?
Sure, for
keeping
now.
mine.
We
We can
feathers.
sell some for something, but
Okay.
So
So
we can make
he goes ahead and
10.
makes
Unless we
10.
need them to get out of
So
here.
make sure
we
you
can-
mark down 10 stealth arrows. So 10 arrows
We can
that
make.
do not make additional sound. They're meant to be silent as they travel through
You
the
want to put
air.
those extra cloaks in here?
oh yeah. So me and him are each wearing one. So in there now you have 2 fancy and 2 regular.
I have 25 owlbear feathers.
Yeah, I think we all took
Yeah, everybody
some.
took some.
Yeah, so
I did
So however
not
you
though,
want to-
right?
I don't
I
think you
don't
rolled high
really
enough,
need them,
unfortunately.
so whoever
You didn't roll
needs
high
to
enough to
make
notice
these.
that they are covered in feathers.
Well, no, it was.
I
it
just
was
don't know.
like
I don't think I
just-
took them. Right?
So he can
I
make.
don't think you were.
I
focusing.
just like
12
making fun of
more.
the mechanics
Yeah,
of
if you want to
D&D.
Yeah.
make more, I have
We
25.
can use 12 more.
Yeah.
Add to
Yeah,
that.
so you have a total of 22 arrows, stealth arrows.
Don't
Nice,
these
guys.
also sell for quite a lot?
Owlbear feathers do.
That's why we saved a couple. We have whatever you have, and then we
You
have.
don't know I have
The
anything.
arrows seem more important to
We
me right
saved
now.
10
In
plus
a sh-
1, so 11. We have 11 still in the bag, Enid.
11. Okay.
In a long rest, do you get back half your?
And then
You're
2
gonna
regular,
have to be.
2 fancy and 2
Your
regular.
job
Should I
is
do that
now
yet, or should I wait?
item management.
Make sure we
Yeah.
get through the long rest.
Yeah.
What's the
Dex-
name of our group?
Dex or-
Order of Dex Steward.
That's
You guys are pretty. I'm not going to make you roll because you're pretty secured in where. Like that's going to be a huge thing. It's like
So you
watches
heal
may
up.
not have to be too big of a thing like for a while.
Plus, we're not.
Well, I want to talk to St. John.
Now,
Yeah.
what would happen if.
I just healed up, but
I'm not going to do this right now because we're already healed up. But if we were taking a short rest in her thing, and I
Uh-huh.
wanted to do a song of rest. Because it's noise, but it gives extra healing in case we need it.
I mean,
That's what I'm asking.
It would.
could you do like a silent
Sound-
song, just like a little tap scene?
You
Like,
could try. You would have advantage on your stealth
like I sing in my head all the
to
time.
check to be quiet to be able to do it. But it would. But you would be required to do a stealth check to if something would hear. Does that make sense? Yeah. So, okay. So you guys are currently taking watches. Who wants to talk or like if you guys want to take watches and do it with people? If you would prefer just to sleep through the night, you can. So, Enid, you said you wanted to talk to Sinjin.
We'll take first watch then.
Okay. All right. So you guys have the floor.
So, no, since you and Fury are wearing these cloaks, if we come across this group, what is our. Do we have a plan?
Or just they're talking, nobody's in this conversation.
I assume we're asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I don't really have a plan. I was just trying to cover my big blue cloak.
I know, I just am worried.
I mean,
You wanna
they're
take a watch
probably
with me
I
again?
don't know how big this group is. Do you think they know everyone's name, or do you think it spans across and like, oh, you're a member from the
Well,
Kromstog
that's one
branch,
that's so
and
well.
you're one from Transylvania or somewhere on the other side of the world? I heard about it once. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. That's why
we
thought it
could
was
go
open for
with that
discussion.
and pretend
that we're
that
from
we're new recruits.
from a far off branch.
They may take us and try to do some sort of ceremony, like you mentioned.
I mean, I guess we just hope we don't run into them.
Are
I was
we-
just trying to
Are we going
think.
down here to run into them?
I mean, we want to find some answers.
The only way we're going to find answers is to question one of them.
Maybe we just play dumb and say we just found this book. Off
Do
of a
that.
dead.
I mean, I'm pretty
body.
good at playing dumb. do that, but we're still going to need to question one of them.
For sure. I'm just saying if we run into a group of them.
Do you think they'd be more apt to tell us answers through intimidation and force, or through, hey, buddy, we're friends. We just joined up.
And this group doesn't really seem like the friendly type, but...
Well, but if they rise up from the dead, they seem kind of vengeful.
Yeah. Maybe we should try to trick them, and if that doesn't work...
Kill them.
Yes.
Over and over again?
So we get the answers we need.
Oh, that's morbid. That's very Kenshin. Ugh. I don't know if I could do that.
It is your favorite character.
I mean, he's fun, but I could never be him. It's just not in me.
There's this whole part of torture and stuff, too.
Yeah, it sounds awful.
You might have to,
Do you think they're tracking the map, or do you think they're tracking the last place they knew it was going? Because they tortured and killed what's-his-face?
They probably... Do you want to check in if she left town?
Yeah, I should probably do that. Probably didn't leave town. She had a lot of questions, even though I specifically said no time for questions. But maybe I'll check in with my sister, because I told her to get them out of town, too.
Your sister will...
Plus, I didn't use very many high-level things, so I could do it a couple times.
But we haven't slept yet.
Yeah. Alright, I'm going to send a message to my sister.
Send you here.
Hey, any chance Soren's wife came and got you and Dad out of town for a while? I'm a little concerned for your safety.
Okay, so you let it go through. Yeah, we're chilling out in Tea Garden. Wow, this is strange. Well, we're hanging out with Tessa. Oh, tell Fury I said hi. I just finished his project that I've been working on, and so that's where it ends.
Fantastic. Well, it worked. She got them out of town, and I assume based on her conversation that they would have left too. So they're in Tea Garden.
That's good.
Which is good. So yeah, maybe they're coming here, or maybe they go to Zoran's house and ransack the place. I don't know.
Do you think this infinite bag would hide the map?
Probably. I mean, we couldn't tell anything was in there, so I bet if you put it in there. That's smart.
Put it in there.
Okay, so yeah,
It's good.
disappears.
Make sure you can pull it back out.
It's okay, so you reach in there, you don't feel it and stuff, and you start thinking about it, and you feel it pop in your hand.
I have to back it.
It seems like it's some sort of magic-y dimensional thing, so they probably can't find it if it's in there.
Hey, let's hope.
We should keep it in there.
Got anything else you want to put in here?
Do we want to put the moon orb in there, or do we want to keep it separate in case
This bag
it gets
is
taken?
Keep it
Keep that separate. Alright, I'll keep the moonstone thing on me.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to send a message to Trent.
Okay.
It's engineer.
Hello. I'm sure you miss me as much as I miss you. Just wanted you to know we are doing well and killed many zombies.
How does
Trin respond?
It's just what you hear Sinjin's voice in your head.
At 12 o'clock at night, as you feel yourself roused awake.
By your favorite person.
Maybe you're doing your watch for
wherever I am.
Yeah, you are currently.
I'm on watch
Yeah.
somewhere.
Sure.
Can I respond in 25 words?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even remember how she talked.
Britishy.
Bridge.
Wow.
British,
Yeah, kind of, but not really.
sassy.
Why did you tell me? Like, kind of.
Just make it up again. We don't know.
Glad to know you're doing well. Where are you? Why are you killing zombies? How's Ash?
She misses me a lot.
Sure
You probably
she
can't
does.
send it again, can you?
I can't. I have 3 spell slots now.
Okay.
I mean, most of it was just flirting and really coming on to me, but I'm going to try to ignore some of that and get to the real situation
Vision
here.
it.
Yeah.
Yes. Especially now that there's distance, the heart grows fonder.
It does. And I could sense that in her message.
I like this slight sarcasm, slight sass coming.
And then I can do
Love
nothing
it.
about it because she doesn't hear any of this.
Let's send another message back. Do I speak out loud when I say this?
It's up to you.
I mean, it's just me,
feel
I
like
suppose.
you would be.
Yeah, I'm going to say it out loud. Please, no dirty thoughts before bed. Ash is doing great. We are looking for answers to help Enid find peace. Fury also says hi.
Glad to hear you're humble as usual.
Just some like text messages, like when you're up late.
I know,
just
it's
reading
like-
them to
It's currently like typing. Typing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to count my characters, back in the day.
Didn't expect that part of the spell.
I kind of don't remember what you said. Ash was good. Fury says hi. You're
No
looking for
dirty talk.
answers. Yeah, that's why I said be humble as usual. Snarky as usual is what I should have said.
Could give an update on whatever you think you're doing.
Oh, what am I doing?
Just make it up completely. It doesn't even matter.
No, I
Fell in love with the person I'm traveling with. We're getting married in a week.
I joined a party. I'm gonna run out of characters. Headed north
Yeah.
to find
Myself.
a dragon.
Oh.
Because I ran out of characters.
She's trying to one-up us talking about dragons, but I don't believe it.
Okay.
But she does seem like she's having a blast.
I leveled up
I'm
5
glad to.
levels since I've been gone.
Went down 5 levels.
You guys were really holding her back.
Really holding
She
me
could
back.
be the leader that she was meant to be.
Yeah, I've really branched
Not in
out.
Sinjin's
I'm
giant
leading.
shadow.
Tiny shadow.
Big shot.
All right, well, we should
I
probably
really
get some
think you
sleep.
should let her level
Who,
up 5
who
levels.
are we waking up
You
next?
could literally be whatever
I
you want
don't
with
think
her at
anyone
this
said,
point.
so
she
we'll
did
just
well.
pick. Should we just wake up Ash and
Just
Fury? 'Cause
lie
it'll be
through your
hilarious.
teeth now.
You can wake up
Ridiculous.
Fury. I'm gonna
Joined a
write down what I
traveling
wrote, what
band
I
of
said.
Or maybe
actors.
Callie.
Callie? That'd be nice. All right, I'll wake
We
up
had a rough
Callie.
day.
Just make each one
Hey,
ridiculous.
do you want to
now.
watch with Ash? I'm going to sleep.
Sure.
You should thank me. He wanted you to take watch with Fury. Oh, by the way, we talked to Trin. She
You
says
did?
hi.
Why didn't you wake me up when you were talking to Trin?
Oh, well, we wanted you to sleep. Next time.
That was
But
nice.
she says hi. She's doing well.
Okay.
She said something about a dragon.
A dragon?
But she seemed good.
You'll have to let me know next time you're talking. I have a lot of questions for her now.
Have to be limited questions.
How limited?
We'll figure it out.
Okay, nighty night.
Good night.
I'm writing a lot over there. What you
I
writing?
just had to remember that what I.
She's now writing in
So-
Felix's journal. She's
Yeah, this
saying-
is Trin's thoughts. So I can keep these characters straight. Is there anything going on outside? Or is it just dark?
No, it's yeah.
Have I already asked you anything? Really?
I don't think so.
You were just like, I want to join. Let's do this.
I know, and I kind of forget what I do, what I don't know.
So it's however much you would like to divulge. If you decide that you would like to tell a little bit about your story, then you can just add I'm telling you about this, and then we can.
Yeah, we can fast forward. So where are you from?
Just the Feywilds.
That's super cool. I've heard a little bit about them in my travels.
You know, it's just home. It's normal. This place is weird.
Yeah. What else do I not know about her? So what are you doing here?
Just stuff.
Okay.
You know, just looking around, doing stuff. Yeah. That's about it.
Dang.
What?
Trin and her had such a better connection.
I
know, I'm gonna work at it.
Why did you leave to do this? This is horrible.
Yeah, this is really horrible. I agree. I'm actually trying to figure out how to do this whole bonding thing with my horse. It's kind of cool, and I will explain that whole thing that I already told you guys.
But you left your horse.
Yeah, I know, that's part of it.
That's part of it.
He can't die. He can't die yet, so I have to keep him
With your part,
safe.
the heart grows fonder.
Would you bring a horse into this horrible place?
I mean, we were gonna until you weren't.
I thought you loved animals.
I do, but I mean, if stuff happens, if it's either me or the horse.
Look of shock.
No.
I would never bring a horse into this horrible, horrible place.
I mean, we brought our friends.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, everything dies here. It's just what happens.
Yeah. I'm second guessing my joining of this group. I thought you were like, this horse whisperer, kind of like cool.
No, I like horses, but horses die all the time.
Okay. Good chat.
This is fantastic.
I'm just saying, stuff dies all the time.
It does die, but my horse has to live so that we can be bonded and then live for even
What
longer.
happens if your horse dies? Do you die?
Not until you're bonded.
No. But once I'm bonded, if my horse died, then I could die.
That seems like a bad idea.
Horses don't live for very long, so once we're bonded, he would live as long as I live.
That's pretty
And some other cool stuff that I really don't remember off the top of my head. I don't know.
That means
You essentially gain the HP of the horse.
so 19.
And
We would share.
you get 19 HP
Share
total.
HP.
Oh.
Yeah.
And my horse is super powerful. Didn't you? You're not even awake.
The horse
I'm
gains
regretting the decision to wake up.
The horse then share HP.
Got it.
Yeah.
I mean, he seems
That's
like
actually-
a very smart horse.
Yeah, it's something from.
He's
I mean,
very-
you were in. Where am I from? Himjor. That's like what we do there.
Mm-hmm.
So why are you here? This group, you're the only. You don't really seem to like fit in with them.
We're helping each other.
Do what?
Stuff.
I mean, if I'm gonna be in this group, if I'm gonna help you, I need to know a little bit more than that.
You came here on your own.
Yeah, I did.
So I don't think I need to convince you.
Fair enough.
Ash and Callie.
Yeah.
Now, are you wishing you took it with Fury?
Yeah.
Fury was ready to
I'm
give his
kind of
whole backstory.
Wishing I would
He
have
was
just
gonna
kept
cry. It was
Trin.
gonna be great.
There's been too much going on
I
lately
would
to
just
be
done the
open.
suggestion thing again.
What color is it? What color is it now?
Ooh.
I'm just
I feel like
curious
I'm a
after all
little
this. What
gray.
color orange?
She's probably bright orange after this
I'm
conversation.
not really angry. Probably winter. More winter.
Yeah.
So probably
It's
kind of
more faded.
bluish.
I don't know what winter means.
Blue.
Yeah.
Bluish. I'd say
Blue.
the hair's kind of blue.
Looking gray in this place.
It's a depressing place.
I don't know what blue means. Does blue mean what it normally means?
I'm trying to remember. Did I have a
Winter's happy
conversation
for
with
me.
Trin
Well, it's not in this.
about my family, or was it
Trin.
Yeah.
I think you talked to Trin. Callie, like, basically, I guess,
And then
knowing
Trin
nothing,
left.
but I
All
don't
we
remember.
told them at the place before we left was that we were going to look for answers for them.
Yeah,
If
I
they
don't
didn't
really know
want to
details.
join, they didn't have to, since it was going to be a bad place. And they, at the fort, agreed to go.
Mhm.
Right.
But we didn't really tell them everything yet.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
And I just thought it seemed fun.
I feel like I'm getting to
And
the point
it's
where I
so it's probably
need to say
unfortunate
some
because
stuff.
Ash is also in a different place right now, emotionally, to where like you're engaging in a conversation with like a person who's now feeling isolated at times, and
She's not the happy Ash that Trent
yeah.
had.
So I think it's probably just a role playing aspect that it's
Yeah.
not like trying to divulge. So you were like, I wanted to just be Trin now. It's like it's not. Like it's just
It's
not
just
that
hard
easy
to
to make
remember
friends.
what I don't know and what I do know.
yeah,
and
it's tricky.
I'm really struggling with that part of it because I'm like, oh, I already know this,
Yeah,
but I don't remember which character knows this.
Yeah.
Because I thought I asked more of this stuff when we first met, but I
Mhm.
guess I had that conversation with Trin before I left.
And you guys just talked, like, you and Cinnamon kind
Yeah.
of chatted.
We talked mostly about me,
Right. And you were in awe of
my
hearing
greatness.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that sounds awesome.
All right, you gonna talk to Vince? Or are you gonna stare awkwardly at him?
So Vince wakes up. You two wake Vince up. Hello.
Hello.
I'm assuming you don't want to talk.
Not really my forte.
That's fine. The music's quiet. Kind of turns and just goes and kind
Here,
of.
his new
I
best
pull
friend.
out I pull out my book and just start reading about
Okay.
yeah.
thunderstorms.
You see him just kind of go sit up on a rock and kind of.
thought we're in a cave.
Yeah, he goes and sits up on top of it. You're in the sphere still of protection of invisibility. You do anything else?
Just reading my book about storms.
Okay.
You get half your used hit dice
Half your-
back.
half your
rounded
used-
up
yeah.
or rounded down?
Rounded up.
I guess when I'm reading this, I'm not sure if this would have it. I want to know about any unusual storm events. Because they're telling me to look to the storms for my magic. Normal storms aren't magic.
Mm-hmm.
But
Make a nature check as you're reading the book. And I'll say you can add your proficiency bonus to the nature check as well.
But I don't even know if it would be in this basic book I have. 14.
14. You get to a section that is kind of just talking about the anomalies of storm systems and whatnot, and so you're learning about the turbulence that can happen, especially if it goes over when two different air masses meet, or if it's going over a mountain and air gets pushed underneath, and kind of intrigues you a little bit, the idea of this swirling of energies and these energy systems meeting, and kind of the ebb and flow that goes with storms. You get briefly touch on the subjects of hurricanes, tornadoes, and kind of that kind of like sits a little bit differently with you. Like when you read a little bit more about those, and kind of gives you a little bit of a flashback of a dark funnel, and just kind of sits in your brain a little bit. And kind of makes you kind of just stop the reading for a minute and just think. But, yeah. Kind of looking up, not really seeing anything around you, but just seeing this funnel cloud kind of shape descending towards you in some fashion, some way. You're not sure why, but that sticks out in your mind. Yeah. So, the watches go by. You guys all wake up feeling somewhat refreshed.
Just refreshed.
Yeah.
Why are you a different color again?
I'm just going to have to get used to it.
I got this. Change it to purple.
So,
Just a little splotch of purple on the side of your hair.
you guys move on. Let's see what time it is. Okay, we got about 8 minutes. you continue moving forward and traveling kind of at a slow, stealthy pace. I want you guys to go ahead and wait. What's your marching order again? It was him up front.
Then Sinjin.
Enid, Ash.
What's your passive perception?
14.
15. I'll let you, Ash, since you're in the middle, make a perception check.
Oh, to Ash.
No, just Ash. Yeah.
Sorry.
You got this.
My dice have sucked.
No, they're great.
24.
24.
He knows all your stats.
24.
I know your perception. That's it. You've been rolling a lot of it today.
Go ahead and roll me a nature check as well, with advantage.
Okay. 20.
20. As you're going by, you barely see a little bit of a trickle of water. You kind of go through this little area, winding through this path, and you guys are all kind of walking, kind of stepping down through this little pathway, and you see there's this kind of like little crevice that leads off up in a different direction, but looks like it doesn't go anywhere. But you do see a little trickle of water that like appears to be going into the mountain a little bit, but you just see a little bit of water. Based on what you know about rain and water and all that stuff, there's no vegetation, there's nothing that's off in that direction. There's no clouds or anything. Doesn't appear to be any streams run off. These mountains are devoid of anything. But there's water currently trickling down, and you just notices it and it catches your eye. Up, kind of in this little offshoot way, opposite of where you're going, but you do notice that.
It's just coming down the pathway?
It's not even a path. It's just like you guys are kind of walking through the path, but you see kind of this little wedge shape that's about that wide that kind of opens up a little bit, closes off a little bit. It's like very small, but you can see a little bit of water.
Guys, look, the rock is crying.
Oh, that's sad.
That's weird. It's kind of a weird place for water, don't you think?
Very
I do
weird.
Vince, is this normal down in these parts?
I've never seen that before. I mean, I've walked by here a few times. I've looked off, but I've never seen them.
I want to go see if I can get some water in my hand.
Do you think the chances of it being poisonous are?
Probably pretty high.
What color is it?
It's crystal clear.
You want to send your owl up over the top from
You
where
take a
it's
drink.
I
coming?
take a drink.
I need you to make a Constitution save.
Oh gosh. Lose fury.
16.
You drop to 0 HP.
Well, that answers that question.
Okay.
I was
If
thirsty.
I have lesser
Oh,
rush.
You guys watch as he
What about that vial you had from that guy?
as he slowly begins to take a drink. You see him. He does that, and you just see him drops.
And that's where we'll end
Get up.
tonight.
Yeah, that's where we're gonna end tonight's episode. Is yeah. All right. We'll pick it up there next time. Yeah. So we'll pick it up there. We'll see you guys next time on Dicey Adventures.
It is dicey.